Ronnie's drawer, and it has.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please enjoy the flight here at the SID View podcast. It's going to be a great one, I know for sure.
Does a flight attendant say that? It's going to be a great one.
Oh, yeah. Please fasten your seatbelts.
Hey, that's what she said.
And please take notice of the no smoking sign.
Don't they say it's going to be like an easy ride?
This American flight is a non-smoking flight. Right. Dude, I remember back when we used to fly to Washington State, when we were kids, the people in the back of the plane, it was smoking section.
What? That was a thing?
Yes.
Oh.
You would smoke in the back of the plane.
Yeah, 1994, my sister did a semester over in England, and I was still a smoker then, and I smoked on the plane.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah, we took British Airways. It was outlawed in America, but not British flights.
Right.
I was just fucking sucking them down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got a little ashtray the size of a bottle cap.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Just
That's-
gritting
yeah, it's like
down.
a freaking lung cancer missile flying across the Atlantic.
Oh, yeah.
That's
hell
crazy
were
to
we
think of
doing?
in hindsight.
No, yeah, smoking in the back of the plane.
Back then, I don't know what it's like now, but in England, like people were smoking on like public buses. Like you could smoke anywhere over
Yeah.
there. They didn't care.
I used to like going like to the Crystal Mall because I could like smoke cigarettes.
Is that place dead now?
Dead.
Like there's nothing in that.
Well, I think
Tisha gets she goes there for there's a massage place in there that she likes. No
that's
appointments.
oh yeah, because it's funny business there.
And then I don't know about that. But she
Oh my gosh.
that's how you talk about my wife now that she's
No,
not
no,
here.
because Don goes there. I know Don likes to go there.
Diego, no.
No, it's funny though.
It was something.
I said sorry about
What are we talking about?
I will say though, the rate of the fall off of that mall is just it's
sad.
unfathomable how fast it died.
That's malls everywhere.
Yeah,
Mall
but
culture is dead.
I think
Tisha and I go to the Providence Mall every Christmas, and the place is hopping.
There are some
Isn't
good
it?
malls
It is.
still.
like
there
it's
are.
1989.
the one in West Hartford still is pretty decent from what
Yep.
I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that Crystal Mall, I mean, it
I
was like
think-
2015. It was amazing. By 2020, it was just a ghost town.
I think they own so Buffalo Wild Wing owns. They pay taxes and own that piece.
That land.
Yeah,
they need to stay. Even if
so-
the
but
mall
they
dies,
stay.
they need to stay. No, they got to stay.
But with EB going in there, what are they going to do?
B-dubs free for all EB employees.
All right, let's get ready here, shall we?
Well, let's start the insanity.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Man Cave for the next edition of the Sid's View podcast. Happy Tuesday. Lots to go over. My man Diego's in the house. What's up, bro?
Yeah, man. Lots of point races going on, getting down to the nitty gritty. It's going to get good.
All right, we got our girl Reminade over here on the controls, ready to roll.
Am I going to be the one doing this?
Well, I was going to ask the New York Giants to do it, but they just got their ass kicked by the Cowboys again.
Yo, yo, yo. It's a beautiful Tuesday. I'm here with my boys. Let's do this.
All right, I don't know who's down in the bullpen, but let's say hello to him, shall we?
Mr.
What up, everybody? Your man Rob back in the house. It's been a long week in Froville. Got this new peripheral on my face. Hair getting unruly again. Your boy's been hitting the bottle, and I think you know what bottle I'm talking about.
Bonssa's over there at the news desk. What's up, buddy?
Where's my super suit?
We got plenty to talk about. Star Classic controversy, Wednesday night records, a TC13 thriller, and a whole lot more coming up in the weekly update.
All right, we'll get back to you there in a little bit. Want to let everybody know that if you want to join the fun, you want to go to youtube.com/sidsview/join. Get yourself a podcast membership, $4.99 a month. Going to get some bonus content on Thursdays. And this Thursday, you just might see something with our in-studio guest. Our man, Ronnie Williams, is in the house. What's up, my man?
How you doing?
Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a while. You know, I spent a season following Ronnie around a few years back. We're going to get back to some of that. We got a lot of special things now. Unfortunately, this is a week in our neck of the woods where we celebrate 3 drivers who all passed away in relatively around the same day. The anniversary of Mike Stefanik was yesterday. The anniversary of TC passing is today. And the anniversary of Bob Potter passing is on Thursday. So throughout the show tonight, we'll be paying tribute to those guys in multiple ways. And look at that. The scroll is going. I guess I didn't get that one going. So our friends at Monaco Ford are the first ones getting after it today. So let's see. Before we get to the update, we got to give away some money, Diego.
Oh, my God.
So we started the old back-to-back jackpot, $1,000 in the jackpot, and it's amazing how many people actually repeated.
It was literally unbelievable.
It really was. We talked to our man Kaz today, and he said, what do we get, like 3 or 4? And I said, oh, no, more than that. So listen, you know what happens when we get a new segment, Diego? Mm-hmm. Our man Rob goes to work in the old animation booth. So let's see how many people won and what they're winning. Seven people repeated from the previous week.
That's incredible.
Jacob Burns, Brent Robideau, PJ Evans, Andrew Krasminski, Christian Herman, the Livewire / Chrissy Two Scoops, Chris Meyer, and Adam Petty. So with that many people splitting the $1,000 jackpots down to 143. So it's a funny thing with this thing, right? You're excited when you win, but then you don't want anybody else to repeat because then the payout just keeps going down.
Listen, we were up at Stafford Friday, and it feels like they got a chance to go back to back.
Right.
They're going.
Yeah.
Because of the bonus.
Yeah. So big thanks from Cause Central Auto. I will get in touch with everybody. It's a week for me, and I got to give my apologies out to the peeps over there at Seacon because the plan was to get out there, and just life got in the way here, and my wife is now out of town for a week, and so I will not be able to make it to Thompson tomorrow or any tracks this upcoming weekend. But if you were on that list, send me a PM, or if you got my number, send me a text, and we'll figure out a way to get you the money. Venmo should be your friend. If not, let's get up with today's times. But we'll figure all that out after the show. But I think it's important to know that our man Kaz is going to throw in another $1,000 into the jackpot. We're going to start it all over again next week. So let's take a look and see who is eligible this time around. We're looking at Brent Robideau again, Arthur Miak, Isaiah Newcomb. Now, remember, you got to have 10 cars in the race, so you're going to see that some of these did not make the cut. The Pro Stocks, there's all 4 there. Dylan Estrella, Jacob Burns again, Adam Petty, Tom Scully III. And let's go over to Thompson Speedway. Now, we had to go way back and look him up. the 604 mods and the late models both had 9 cars in their last event, so they are not eligible. So you got 4 people going for it: John McKennedy, Nick Hovey, George Baldwin, and Ryan Pompaselli. And then over there at the Speedbowl, that's what you're looking at: Todd Owen, Ryan Morgan, Evan Burgoyce, Tyler Chapman, Andrew again, and Austin Erickson, because the Crown Vics had 10 cars in their race.
Right.
So
Wow,
the Crown Vics
really?
get into the mix. So
many names on that list that could do it.
yeah,
You
so
can't count any of them out.
a lot of fun there. Again, big thanks to Cos Williams. Just a lot of fun with these giveaways. So we'll see how many people can once again go back to back. But we got a lot to go over. There's a chock full weekly update. Bonsa's chomping at the bit, ready to roll. Let's get after it. Oh, there it is.
Sponsored by Fowler's Auto Wrecking, and we begin with Wild and Wacky Wednesday at the Waterford Speedbowl, championship night for most of their divisions. We begin in the Super X cars, where Ben Pollard won the finale and won the championship.
I got to witness this.
Oh, you were there?
Oh, I finally went.
Hold on, Remy just brought to my attention that graphic was wrong. Anthony Flannery's the one that won at the
bowl.
At the bowl.
Yep.
Yeah. So my bad on that one. Todd will give me grief about that, but that's okay.
Hey, still a Chassis Pro car.
That's right.
Yeah, but I went to that race. First time I've been to one since last year. And, man, I tell you what, that division is great. There was over 20 cars, I believe, in a division. And Pollard, he's the big cheese in that division. And he dominated the race. A couple guys ran good. Skinner, a few of the other guys ran really well. But, listen, I'm an old street stock guy. I stayed late. The only downfall to that show is I didn't get home till 11 o'clock or so, 10:30. But great show.
Well, listen, it's early in the show, Diego, but it's never too early for a good old time for a stat drop, as they say. Our man, Castro Pollard, first person to have 3 Super X car championships in Speedbowl history. Won them all in consecutive years, by the way. Do you know that's a very short list of people that have won 3 straight championships in Speedbowl history? Of course, Dennis Gaeta and Keith Rocco have 5 each in the SKs. Dick Dunn did 4 straight in the mods. And then there's a handful of 3 in a rows. Phil Rondo and Bruce Thomas Jr. in the late models. Jason Palmer in the Wednesday Legend cars. Dwayne Nolan in the trucks. Todd Owen in the SKs. And now Ben Pollard in the Super X cars. So
That's a good
congrats
group.
to those guys. Yeah. They're just dialed in, man. Go ahead, Bonzo.
Now we go to X cars, where Christian Herman got the victory after Sam Misek was disqualified in post-race technical inspection.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, Herman got his first X car championship.
Yeah, good job by those guys. I mean, that whole squad of Herman cars was pretty dominant there.
Him, his
Right.
old man, and Brandon Plemons.
Yeah.
They brought 3 fast cars every week, I guess. You know, just because I didn't go, you know, I still found myself listening because I'm close enough to the Speedbowl. I could sit on my back swing on my deck. The dogs are running around the yard. I could hear the car, so I got race monitor on. So I keep track of who's fast and who's not. Herman brings fast cars every week, and it's no shocker to me that he won the championship. The last couple of years, I know he's been intermittent races here and there. Whenever he showed up, he was a threat to win. He brought 3 this year, and I think every one of them,
They won 9. They won 9 of the 10 races.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At least 2 cars in the podium weekly. 2 of his cars at least every week. It seems like. But
Yeah, Christian won 6. Brandon won twice. Ray got his first career win, and then Corey Caddick was the only other winner.
that's crazy,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
Speaking of dominance, we go to Legend cars, where Jacob Rowdy Burns got his 8th consecutive win, tying the record for consecutive victories in a Legend car on Wednesdays, en route to his 2nd Wild and Wacky championship.
I
Yeah.
can tell you this.
Go.
I was watching that race intensely. You know, obviously, Phil Evans is one of my best friends or better friends. I love the Evans family. So, you know, PJ had gotten into somebody when everything's going right, Ron, like, you know, when things are just going right, things are going right. And PJ and the leader got into a little scuffle, and who was sitting there in third. And I didn't think Jacob, unless he was holding back, he didn't have anything really. It was early in the race, but PJ was real strong, and so was Martinez. Those guys are going to be hard to beat. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
And those guys wrecked off of 2, and lo and behold, Jacob Burns has the lead. I'm like, I mean, it couldn't get any better for him. You know, when things are just going good, they're going good. And that's kind of what happened. Now, I'm not saying that he wasn't going to pass those guys, but, you know, they took each other out, and whatever it is, it is. But congratulations to him. 8 in a row. That's freaking hard. I mean, that's on some Flannery, Palmer, Mike Christopher Jr., those guys were doing that. Joey Tanulo, he was going on a run for the few names, you know, that ring off. But Jacob Burns is just nasty in everything he gets in right now.
Oh, we'll talk about him later, and we'll talk about PJ Evans later as well. The American Vintage Modifieds were in town as well, and Brian Norman got the win in the BB09.
Congratulations to those guys.
Yeah, good week for the Normans.
It is. More on that later. Now we go to Friday at Stafford Speedway, where in the SK Modified 40-lap feature, Corey DiMatteo held off John Puglia on the final laps to get his second win of the year in what was a roller coaster 2025 up to that point.
Yep, it's crazy. I mean, he only has 2 top 5s, and they're both wins on the year.
When they have a clean race, they're fast.
Yep.
Just haven't had a lot of clean races.
To me, DiMatteo obviously underachieved. He had 2 wins at Stafford, and we're saying he underachieved. Right?
Yeah.
I picked him to win the championship this year.
Oh, and so we know where the problem is. Got it.
Yeah. But, you know, DiMatteo is nasty. I think he's really, really good. I mean, last year I think he finished every lap of every race last year, and this year it seems like they put a fresh quarter panel on a TV panel. It's crushed in. It's white. That it's crushed in again the following week. You know, things just haven't gone their way this year, but, you know, it's a great win for those guys. And JP Pulio, nasty.
Listen, I got a mouthful from Ed.
For what?
Our conversation about the battle with him and Junior last week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of knew it was coming.
Yes. You got spanking?
Well, yeah. So funny thing was he sent me a picture later in the week of me and his dad talking. You know, his dad used to give me a hard time back in the day.
He was awesome.
And I said, well, listen, now you're the old angry Pulio yelling at me in the pits.
Dude, Ignacio is great, man.
Yeah. But we had a little incident there in the early in the race. Reminator, what do you think?
Yeah, so I have the video with Christopher and Jarvis. So here we go.
Go ahead. Why don't you show
Dude,
that?
this was a straight-up video game wreck.
The outside lane, trying to gain that high side momentum with Jarvis to his inside.
That's Jarvis in third on the inside.
I mean, I watched this car go to the grass, and I'm thinking, surely he's going to stop.
Ronnie, what's the call there? Oh, my God. And poor Timmy Salamito.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that's scary on just Jarvis's part going into turn 3 like
Dude,
that, knowing that the entire field is coming.
Yeah, that's
He's
scary.
a missile.
That's scary.
He was
man.
a missile flying.
Well, it's colder now, so that grass is dewy.
Yeah,
It's damp.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, whoa.
Right.
That's a little scary.
And TV doesn't do justice. Being up in turn 4 and seeing that happen right in front of me.
Oh, that's coming
was
right at you.
Horrifying to watch. Because he did not slow down coming back up the track.
Yeah, that was scary, man, because you don't know when he's sliding through that grass. It's actually kind of fortunate that it wasn't as bad as it could have been, you know?
They say sometimes you speed up.
Right.
Yeah. That was
the call right?
Yes, it was the right call. Christopher came down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's...
It was a mistake.
To me, it that stuff happens in racing every lap, right?
Yeah, I don't probably agree with that call.
No?
Right.
I don't know. It's one of those things where, yeah, Mikey was probably trying to go for the lead at that point in time, had a good run. I don't think it was anything intentional, but I guess to be penalized, it doesn't need to be intentional. So,
yeah,
I don't know. It's a hard call that they have to make.
And I thought the same thing. That's a tough call to make to a championship contender at that point, you know, and that kind of stuff happens. But I get it. I get it. Some calls have to be made. That one just happened to be right out in the open.
For instance, if that didn't cause a wreck, if he was able to slow down, it was like cooler, or
would that have been a penalty?
Correct.
I've heard that
the race
brought
probably
up
would have
before.
just gone on.
Right.
So was it because of a huge wreck that happened Probably.
Many cases. I mean, I texted you guys immediately saying that's an interesting call, and
Right.
I forget who it was, but some of you guys were chirping, like, "Oh, it was obvious. It's obvious." I'm like, "It was it though?"
I thought
There's
it
a
was,
lot of situations where I feel like that would, like you said, if there's no huge wreck.
Honestly, even if Jarvis didn't crash, I've seen them call penalties under green, even if there's no accident per se. So I mean, I could see that happening, but
If Mikey's running 12th, do they make the same call?
I
If that
think
happens with 12th and 13th compared
They
to
probably
second
don't
and
see
third.
it like that.
no, they would on a restart they would see that.
But
Video
do they
would
make the
have it.
same call? I don't think they make the same call if it's further back in the field.
In my opinion, I think they would. He's the driver though, so
But
We're
you
also,
know
we're also the
that
50, so I think we get accused for a little bit of stuff here.
my point is that stuff happens racing all the time. The guy on the outside trying to get the run, whether you're at the bowl. I mean, I talk about it with Emma all the time. Like, listen, you have to dominate the line at that point. Mike Christopher was the dominant car at that point. He had all momentum, and he took full advantage of it. And I speak with Emma about that all the time. There's sometimes that you have to control the line, right? And sometimes, maybe it caught Jarvis maybe slightly off guard. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just harder.
I mean, if you're Jarvis in that situation, you think it's a no call?
No, Jarvis is pissed.
Of course.
he
Yeah,
said
he's
in the
pissed.
interview, not clear. That's what he said in the interview.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, you said that, Mike's championship contender. I don't know if that's he needs
That
these
should
guys
not
to have
matter.
bad luck. Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, he would need a lot to go wrong.
I mean,
for
that almost
Mikey
happened
and
in the
JP.
streeter race my brother won down the backstretch. Same move,
Yeah.
right? Same move to Bert.
That is true.
Except it didn't cause a wreck.
Right.
But, so back to what he says.
Yep.
Do you call it if it doesn't cause a wreck? Right? I mean, it's the same move 2 weeks ago. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a point in time where we're going for the win. If he keeps pestering me here, I can't get the lead. So you have to make a decision right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like usually to make calls under green for stuff like that it has to be, really egregious. You don't see it as often, obviously,
Yeah.
as when the yellow comes out.
I don't know. I personally did not disagree with the call.
Yeah.
That's
That's a
just
great
my
debatable
opinion.
call. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
Let's go to the TC13 shootout where Mike Christopher Jr., who we just saw involved in that incident, got the win after a fierce battle with Andrew Moeller. That was
Yeah.
his second win in the TC13.
Yeah, cool to see Michael win that one.
I mean, it's a great story,
Yeah.
right? I mean, when Mike Christopher wins that race, it's a great story. His uncle was a freaking legend, man.
I just, I don't know. I don't want to have this conversation again. I just still don't. It's hard for me to get excited about a 13-lap race.
Really? I thought it was pretty great this year.
I think the bummer to me is like JP and Flynn, who were battling for the championship, they stayed back the whole race.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like they stayed back the whole entire race. They weren't
Moeller
even
did
fighting
it
for
the
the
year
win.
before.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I
the
mean,
only bummer.
We
Right.
always did it.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
we never were the top cars, and we knew we weren't going to win a 13-lap race.
Right.
When we're starting 11th or 12th, like it was just, and plus we had more on the line, and we didn't want to destroy the car over that.
Right.
So
I really feel like if you're not in the top maybe 3 rows, you and then after a few laps, it's really just the top couple guys, and then the rest of them aren't going to really that's not really that compelling.
the last year's race, the only bright side is the guys in the top 3 rows. It's like hammer time. Remember Noah Corner?
Just drove off.
No, yeah, but he moved the 3-car last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal. Like these guys are going for blood. It's an extended heat race.
Right. I
You
mean,
know?
to the point of the top point guys hanging back, obviously you don't want to junk your car. I mean, we had this conversation last year about putting the shootout to like the championship night. I mean, but then, you lose the date relevance with, Ted's passing. And then, I mean, do the guys really want to have to run a 13-lap shootout after the title fight is over? It seems kind of a little
Yeah,
extraneous at that
it's
point.
very understandable. Like Ronnie said, yeah, it's hard to jeopardize your stuff right now for nothing to do with points I mean, really, it's an exhibition race, right?
Yeah, it's a non-points race with
It's
a lot
an
of money.
exhibition race. And to be honest, I don't know if, those teams that are running up front, I mean, how much did that pay to win?
13-13. It paid 1,313 for 13 laps. It paid a lot.
Yeah. But
But
it's
the point, the bigger picture is what matters to them.
That's right. It's not a deal breaker. I mean, if the $1,300 is great, but is it worth it? Not really, right? I mean, those bigger teams spend that without even thinking about it. So it's not that important to them, if that makes sense. And I don't mean to, discredit anything with money and stuff, but the championship is the big picture.
Right.
The last thing they want to do is go home and put a clip on their car and have the thing come
for
back
sure.
not the same.
Right.
I remember
Right.
in 22, they wrecked 8 of them in the TC13 on like lap 4, including the championship leader, Todd Owen.
Ugh.
And there was a lot of unhappy people because in the end, it is not a points race, so you don't want to tear up your equipment.
I mean, I think it's a great event, though.
It is.
There's a lot of hype to it. Stafford does a great job. I just kind of wish there was something else so the guys had to race, or I'm
like
not
everybody has to race hard, right?
Yes, and I don't know what that answer is.
That's a tough one.
It could be the end of the year. It could be something within the race, maybe.
I don't know. I actually thought it was lacking a little something about Teddy. I mean, it was USNE First Responders Night, and of course that was great for them. And David Miller does a lot of great stuff for the sport. I'm not poo-pooing anything about that aspect of it, but there was very little that signified that it was a Teddy thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You think it's starting to fall off as the years go by?
The Prestige?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I'd say the Prestige is falling off. I think just people are being smarter with how they approach the race because they're looking more at the big picture. And I think the big wreck 3 years ago kind of accelerated that. I mean, Ronnie, when he was battling for a championship, that was before that. So he was kind of a step ahead when it comes to that approach.
Yeah, I mean, we never won a TC13. I think it's cool that you'd be able to say that. Like, I find it awesome that I think Mikey has a lot of weight on his shoulders as is, knowing who his uncle and father are.
Yeah, the fact that him and Keith are the two guys that have won it twice is pretty neat.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a tough thing. I don't think you need 13 cars out there. I think you maybe need 4 or 5, and I think it's just as good of a show.
Right. They may even race harder. Like if you had 4 or 5 of the better cars, I don't know how you pick that out.
Yeah, but not if some of those 4 cars are battling for the championship.
Right.
They're going to be
pull
doing
right
it.
in.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
I don't know the answer.
It was almost the same thing with the Monaco thing that they did for the like gaff.
Oh, the pole dash.
The pole dash. I don't know if that was as important to some of those guys. Like once, I don't know who finished 5th, but once they finish, we're in 5th and there's 5 laps to go, they're not going to waste their stuff. They're just going to look at the bigger picture there.
Right.
It's the top 2 guys that were battling hard.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yep.
Yeah, like Summer's saying in the chat, I mean, again, with the date has significance to it, but I almost think you run it earlier in the year, you're going to see less guys just pulling off trying to save their stuff. I mean, obviously with the full season points, how you run at the beginning of the year matters just as much as the end of the year, but mentally, with 2 races to go and you're 2 points out of the lead, you're going to be like, all right, let's pump the brakes and maybe not get crazy here. Whereas if you hold it in mid-May,
it hasn't always been this. It hasn't always been around the anniversary of Teddy's death.
It used to be back in August.
Right. It was earlier in the year.
I've always believed that putting it as the final race of the year, period, like after the 40-lap run championship night,
so you like that.
is where you can get them to race the hardest from 1st to 13th because there's literally nothing to lose at that
That's
point.
right.
Yeah.
Unless you're racing at Waterford.
I think they would race hard too then.
That's my thought process, and it has been, is that if you put it last in the year after the 40-lapper, once the championship has been decided, make that the last feature, you might have everybody go hard then.
How about if you made it
That's my
points?
opinion.
We need to move on.
All right, let's move
David
on.
Arut's probably throwing stuff at the TV.
that was straight stat chat right there.
Late models, Chris Meyer, back-to-back victories. And this one wasn't close. He pulled away from everybody.
Yeah. Good job by him, man.
These guys are hot.
Yeah. I keep telling, we don't talk about the car.
Because you stopped talking to him, right?
Yeah, I talk about the ice cream I had on the way up, and we'll talk about the podcast.
I actually sat down with him, his dad. Bob Phil. Bob
right.
Phil.
I saw that. Yeah.
Eating a hot dog. I was sharing my fries with my buddy Bob Phil. He's a great guy. And Chrissy Two Scoops was very upbeat then. You could tell he was relaxed. And boy, he is just nasty right now. He went from
He started 10th.
He went from struggling early in the year to just nothing going his way. I remember picking him. I'm like, damn, Chris, and then he wrecked hard.
Yeah.
He wrecked hard. He said, season might be over, and goes to get the car tuned up, Haven't touched the bolt since, and they just been
2 for 2.
crushing them.
Yeah, I mean, we talked to him multiple times this year for the pit previews, and every time we're like, Chris, what do you need? And he says, finish races. Well, he's finishing the races, and here you go.
Yeah, you have to finish races, though. That's the first step.
Right.
For sure.
SK Light Modifieds, Chris Matthews, the all-time win leader in that division, gets his 3rd victory of the season.
Reminator?
So we have the point leader, Meg Fuller. She started 6th in a restart, and she got to 1st. So here's the clip. Oops.
So
I want to play.
Green flag is out. We're back underway, and again.
So I was watching this, and I was thinking, I mean, this is pretty ballsy by her, by the way, staying out here 3 wide.
Well, it's
Dude, the
because the
highlight
25
was
missed a
crazy.
shift. She
Yeah,
kind of
but-
ended up
okay.
in that spot.
Dude, that was like the 2nd or 3rd restart, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of missed shift in that division.
So it's funny because, you know, at this point in the race, I was thinking, like, she just wants to get to the lead as quick as possible and make Nick catch her. You know,
Right.
which he ended up doing. He got, you know, Matthews would end up winning. She finished 3rd. Nick got by her. But she's basically, you know, this is her title to lose at this point. She keeps running like this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
She's going to be in good shape.
You know what's perfect about what she's doing? I know it's going to sound crazy, but she's not winning. Right? So she's starting like 6th.
Right.
7th
She's getting
every
better
week.
starting positions.
6th, 7th every week, where Hovey won, he started like 11th or 12th.
Yep. So he's got to go through the traffic more.
Oh.
She's almost reached this perfect balance with the handicap.
Right. Like,
You
like
start 6th and you finish 2nd, 3rd every week. Like, you're
starting
going to win
with-
the title.
the guys in front of her are finishing worse than her every week.
Yep.
Yeah.
And look at now the moment the bottom's open. There she goes.
I tell you, Matthews up and down season this year too, huh?
Was that
Yeah.
a second or third?
3rd.
Third.
Third win.
He's
Sort of
either
same.
been a win or
Right.
13th.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been the
Listen, you know,
story.
I watched that race. My boy came trucking through the field. He got hung up early.
Yep.
That's the sad part about starting in the back. Same thing with Nick English. You know, it's like those guys are racing to the front, and Hovey got stuck on the bottom for a long time. Everybody had just trucked by him on the top. I'm like, man.
Better hope you have the right lane.
Right. And
Yeah.
did that race, there was only like one caution, I think, maybe.
There was an early multi-car wreck. and
That's
I
it.
think that was
Yeah,
it.
then it
really.
went
Yeah.
green after that. And
There,
man,
there was a wreck like a lap after what we just watched, but then
Oh.
I think that was it.
There were a couple early cautions.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
yeah. I remember watching, I'm like, boy, you know, obviously I root for Nick a little bit, but you know, if Meg wins it, good for her because she's just run a very consistent year.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't knock somebody for doing what they have to do to win the championship. But you know, it's fun to watch Nick, Hovey, and Anglace try to march through the field because they know they have to win. So they are just taking some ballsy moves here and there, and sometimes they don't work out, and sometimes they do. And you know, something happened with Anglace, and then Hovey just was coming like a madman at the end. I think, you know, he threw it in there under Meg. He knows he has to beat her by whatever positions he
Right.
can.
right.
Right. So he's just chasing her now. But
No, again, I mean, we're kind of thinking, all right, the two's in position here, but that car count came back up to almost 30 cars this past week. It's not like it's a lock by any means. If she wrecks early,
listen,
it's wide open.
it's
again.
wide open, but
Right.
Meg is fast, you know, and you were right, Sid.
What's
She
that?
puts herself, like the week before, to me, she was racing with Bloxham,
Yep.
and she was just out there flirting. You know, to me, there's no mirrors. And you remember a couple weeks ago,
When Hovey got
Midford,
walled
and
by
they went
Midford.
in. You know, there's no radios, and it's easy to make a mistake, you know, coming off the corner and running somebody in the fence, and, you know, unless you can feel them and you pull down, but if they start hooking, you know, you're in trouble. So Meg's she's been hanging out there.
I mean, I could be off on this. I just feel the last 2 races, she's like, listen, we all know that Nick is fast.
Oh, yeah.
And it just looks like, I don't know if this is what's in her head, but it just looks like she's saying, I got to get the front as soon as possible and make him chase me. And then if he gets me, he gets 2
Yeah.
points. And if that happens the rest of the way, she's going to be the
Yeah,
champion.
that's what happened last week.
It's
Yeah.
going to be hard to beat her.
Right.
It's going to be real hard to
100%.
beat her because they come with a great car.
She's definitely in a good spot right now. She's got to stay out of trouble.
She is in the best spot.
All right, Bonsa, go ahead.
Limited late models. Rich Hammond, after nearly a year, finally got his first win of the season.
He gave you a nice little, when he got out of the car.
I didn't even see it 'cause
Yeah,
I was in the stand, so I missed that part. But,
Yeah. Good for him, man.
Yeah,
he's
he
a good
needed
guy.
that. Street Stocks. Aaron Plemons gets win number 6, altering the championship picture, which we'll go over later on.
What does that mean, Sid?
Well, there seems to always be a little bit of this and that in this division.
Yep.
Wow.
It continues.
Yeah.
It was a great race. My brother struggled a little bit in there, so I got to watch the front leaders go at it, man. I tell you, those boys are running good. Jesse Gleason runs great.
That'd be Brent.
Jesse?
Brent. Oh, geez, Brent. Sorry about that, Brent. I seen Jesse a lot Friday is what happened, but Brent's strong. Clemens is strong. Downey is strong. The 55 of Warren. He's strong.
PJ.
PJ is badass.
Yeah, it's a good division, man. They got a lot of good cars.
Isn't it fun to watch?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we're gonna get into this race a little bit later in the show here. So why don't we just keep rolling out with the results?
On to Seekonk. Fast Friday for their second round of the playoffs, starting with the Pure Stocks. Brent Robideau, he got his 6th win of the year after he had a side-by-side battle coming to the wire.
And it was a fantastic finish.
Oh,
might
is that
I
right,
say.
Remy?
Yep,
Please
let's
do
see it.
tell.
Very moving.
For the cup presented by Sunoco Race Fuels. Green flag is underway. And into
It's a green-white checkered right here, Rem?
Correct. Robideau and Souza for the top spot.
Down over turn number 2.
It's like Robideau owns this division, man, huh?
He's definitely the car to beat here.
Wheel to wheel at the top of the field. 2 laps to go.
Old school Camaro.
That's a sweet-looking ride.
Yeah.
A dead heat at the stripe. That's
These
gonna
are all
carry
pretty
on
good-looking
into
cars, to be
turn
honest
number
with you.
2 With the 30 of Souza, the 25 of Robideau, even Souza able to jump out by 2/3 of a car length. Robideau comes back into turn number 3 and off of 4, even again at the stripe with the white flag in the air.
Wow.
Time around as they head down into
What a
turn
race,
number
huh?
1. Off the corner they come. Battle for the lead.
I like to see Ronnie Williams in one of these cars.
Yeah, right.
I can't drive anything unless I see the wheels. So.
Yeah.
That's a great race, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's a really good show. Yep.
Now we go to Sport 4s, where Arthur Miak hung on at the end to get his 4th win of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Legend Cars. Isaiah Newcomb got his first win of the season after he was battling Jacob Rowdy Burns.
I remember that guy.
I know, man. He hasn't been around. He's been on
No.
dirt biking and stuff.
Is that what he's been doing?
I think so. I see his dad posting dirt bikes.
Because he was running the 604s last year, wasn't he?
Yeah,
At
then-
Thompson,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the year before, he was in the SK Lights at the bowl.
At the bowl, yeah.
And then he had a late model at the bowl. And then he just went back to motocross, I think.
Wow. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Back in victory lane.
Oh, yeah.
Now we go to Bandolero Outlaws. Luca Dibb used a 3-wide move to take the lead, getting his 2nd win of the year. And in the Bandolero Bandits, Jace Chaber got his 4th win of the season, holding off Landon Salamito. That was his first win since he started the year with 3 victories in a row.
Wow.
Nice. Get back on the old
It's nice.
schneid.
Listen, 4 wins in a year is great.
Yeah.
But when you go that
seriously.
many months in between.
Yeah.
Now we go to Waterford on Saturday. SK Modifieds defending champion Anthony Flannery dominated the caution-free feature, and he finally scored his first win of the year.
Dude, how funny is it that you put out the short.
Oh, I know. It's
Right?
bad
I mean,
scheduling.
and Air is like,
I know.
this played out well here.
There was a couple things in there, right? Yeah, that he hadn't won yet. That Hovey was 4th in points. He's 2nd in points now up at Stafford. And yeah, well, that happens when you
Change is
schedule out the
quick.
post.
Yeah. I mean, listen, how long? I mean, man, Flannery has been great at the Speedbowl.
Yeah,
It was a surprise that he hadn't won yet,
seriously.
Oh, yeah.
right? I mean, he's been fast weekly, and it was great to see those guys finally. I love those guys. They're good friends of mine, so I was really happy to see them win.
Chassis Pros back in the right direction at the bowl. Trucks. Tyler Chapman made a return to the Speed Bowl in that division and came from the back to score his 2nd win of the year.
Dead last.
Him and Lynham were in the back row, and Tyler just rolled the top all the way throughout the feature, and nobody had not even Lynham had anything for him.
Well, you might have thought that we got rid of this graphic, but
Oh, go figure.
Wow,
we still got it.
Barn burner.
2 wins each for these guys. It's a little bit lighter than it was last year. About 10 wins shy each from last year, but it's still a nail biter. So they got a couple races left, and glad that we could bring this one back here.
I know,
so
it's shocking. It's like seeing an old friend.
it really is, you know. So we'll see what happens here in the last few weeks of the season. Go ahead, Bonza.
Street stocks. The car owner himself, Bo Norman, scored the victory. A very emotional victory at that.
Yeah, I think he said it was his first win since his mom passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we said before, man, both him and Brian winning races. I mean, listen, that's a good car. How many different people have won in that car?
Al
Seriously.
Stone, Norman,
Yeah.
both Normans, I think.
Jason Beal.
Jason Beal.
Yeah, Brian Norman's won in that car.
Jason Beal got lucky, though, I think.
Wow.
I'm just joking.
Why don't you get in that car?
I asked him last week.
Yeah?
He said, yeah, maybe we'll do that.
He's afraid you're going to make it look bad.
No, probably. I can't fit in the seat.
Going to the mini stocks, Andrew Krasminski goes back-to-back, holding off Chris Garside in the 50-lap feature that had 24 cars.
Yeah, this
A
dude's-
very healthy field.
He's found something on that thing, huh?
Dude,
Yeah.
Dialed in now.
He's been fast. He was fast the start of the year up at Thompson. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, no, I know it's not like he's been a slouch all year, but that's a 50-lap race, and Garside and Ray didn't really have much for him.
No.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, but Ray was off.
True.
He was, yeah.
Ray was off. I mean, I'm going to say this. I thought Ray probably had a 5th place car.
Right.
And just his skill had brought him to 3rd. You know, he fought hard. Ray always races so clean, and he always has great car control. He's never puts himself in a bad spot. And he himself made the car finish 3rd. I don't think he had the car. And if you look at the lap times, he was a couple tenths off the leaders, so which is not normal,
Right.
for him.
Mm-hmm.
So, some good and some bad here in terms of car counts. There's 24 minis. There was 19 legend cars, 14 trucks, 37 people were listed in the compact enduro finish.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there was only 7 streeters, and there was the same amount of Crown Vics as there was SKs, 10.
Yeah.
It's a little
SKs
bit
going
of a bummer. No,
Ooh.
group qualifying in the SKs.
That's
Terrible.
That's terrible.
no Timmy Jordan.
No
Another
Timmy
week
Jordan.
when Rob Janovic wasn't there.
Yep.
Keith.
Yep. No Keith in the 09.
Keith.
Yep. A little bit of a bummer.
Going to legend cars, PJ Evans won that 50-lap feature, his 3rd victory of the season, and once he took the lead, he pretty much had it in command to the end.
Yeah, it was a great race.
So I was talking to Phil, that I believe that was a national qualifier,
Oh, it was.
but he said that it's in Vegas this year.
Ooh,
So
it's a
they're
big
out.
trip.
Yeah, they're out.
That's a big trip.
That's different than going down the highway to Charlotte.
I remember Brody went one year with Sean.
Out to Vegas?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. They went
a haul.
Yeah, with Nick Lascola racing, hauled the car out, and
Yep.
Brody and Sean flew out there.
Wow.
Yeah, Sean wanted to stay a couple extra days. His wife
Sure.
said, "Get your ass home."
That sounds about right.
Yes.
Crown Vics, Austin Erickson gets win number 2 on the year. And then the compact enduros, Glenn Marion Jr. dominated to get his 2nd win of the season. And I think he lapped up to 2nd place in that race.
Dude, that's crazy.
He
Can I
was
tell you-
lightning
Can
fast.
I tell you? Did you watch it, Bonds?
I filmed it.
He
You
filmed it.
filmed it.
Yes.
The enduros. I'm just going to say this: they're not what they used to be. Like I was watching, and I usually go home for them because they've turned into anytime somebody spins out.
They throw the red flag.
I know.
Like what the hell?
That's the whole point.
It's the
they
whole
did
point. I
throw
mean,
it.
I don't understand. Right? I mean, the point of the race is if you spin out or you wreck. I mean, I could see if somebody's sitting driver's side door wide open into the corner, okay. But I mean, are there cages in the cars? I think there is.
I thought you had to have
I think
them.
there is.
Or a mini. But if it's an enduro, if you wreck or spin out, you continue to race.
Has times changed where
I'm
that's
telling
not
you,
as acceptable?
I think it's an insurance thing.
That's what I was wondering.
It's so
gotta be.
annoying.
No, I
to
agree
watch.
though, Diego. The last
No, it's
time I
so
went, I
annoying.
was kind of pissed off. It was a red flag for every wreck.
Every time somebody spun out, it's a red flag. There's
I
like
don't get
7
it.
red flags in the race. Like, I mean, are we racing an enduro? Or I don't understand. Why don't you just throw yellow?
I think times have changed where it's not quote unquote as acceptable to leave cars in those type of spots because you don't want someone to get hurt. And the last time the Enduros ran at Waterford, someone did get hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I don't know. I
You
mean,
just want to
listen.
see people get hurt?
So we were
What kind of
racing.
guy are you?
No, we're racing. Me and Sean used to do it. There'd be like 60 cars out
No,
there.
you're right. Yeah, I just
Oh,
think
well,
times
yeah.
are different.
Yeah, times have changed.
And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it's dictated by insurance these days.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they don't have demolition derbies anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure because people are breaking their backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to Seekonk, the first round of playoff action for the Saturday divisions. Pro Stock's defending champion Dylan Estrella got his second win of the season. Late models Jacob Rowdy Burns fended off Chase Belcher to get his third win of 2025.
Yeah, it was a fabulous finish.
Dude, Remy.
Should we watch it? I think we should watch it.
All right, go for it, Rems.
We have a choice.
Lane, just the way he likes it. They come off at turn number 2, still side by side. And
I can't get over how much that
Off
35
turn
looks like a
number
Bruce
4,
Thomas
your leaders
35.
continue.
The numbers, Diego?
Belcher
Oh, yeah.
all over the back bumper, continuing this battle up front.
That's a
Further
good race,
back, Ryan
though.
Flood holding on to the third spot over Mark Jennison, but here comes Andrew Gomes.
Gomes dives it down, 3 wide for third, down into 3 and 4.
Damn.
Yeah.
Flood gets away on the outside. Gomes
That
down to the
exact
inside, looking for the
staggering of
third
3
bonus
wide at
spot.
Seekonk,
Twin
it
sticks
always
in the air. It'll
results
be
in
the
something.
white flag this time for Jacob Burns. He leads the way off.
This
turn
is when you know
number
it's a
4.
good race because my man Tito has no
Nowhere
idea where to
to
film.
put it.
So I go to
No
these
idea.
guys, so I go to those guys.
This is where you need 2 cameras.
Belcher takes
Seriously.
a look down to the inside. Burns is able to hold him off. They roll down into 3 and 4 for the final time.
And Belcher
Off
came
the
in as the
corner.
point leader.
Belcher
Look at this,
drives it
man. He
down
almost
low, down
gets
the
it.
strip, and
Just
it's
about.
rolling for Jacob Burns.
That's a good race, man. And Estrella, by the way, he had him on lockdown there in the pro stock race.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Dominant performance.
So didn't that was Estrella right there?
No, that
No.
was I was just going back to the pro stocks. That was
Okay.
the late model race.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going to sportsman, Adam Petty, defending champion, gets his 4th win of the season. And in the trucks, Tom Scully III got his first win of the year. Seekonk Speedway also inducted 2 new members to their Wall of Fame during pre-race ceremonies. One was car owner Ronnie Pond, who was inducted by an emotional Dave Darling in the Pro Stock division. Pond began racing at Seekonk in 1969. Following a stint at Westboro, he would return to Seekonk racing modifieds. Pond won many races with George Summers, a legend in modified racing, along with the 1975 and 76 track titles. He would move on to pro stocks with drivers such as Freddie Tripp, Wayne Dion, Pete Fiandaca, Lenny Ellis, and finally, Dave Darling. And the other one that got inducted into the Wall of Fame is Johnny Tripp, who was inducted by Fred Estelle. Tripp started racing in 1962, driving for numerous prominent car owners, claiming a lot of feature wins driving modifieds in the 1970s. He was one of the pioneers in the Pro Stock division when it started in 1983, or 78, pardon me. He was the 1988 Pro Stock champion at Seekonk to go along with 31 feature wins across 6 divisions.
They do a good job of that. There's a nice on-track ceremony.
That's great, man.
Yeah. Have you ever checked that out? It's behind the next time you go there, it's like behind the tower on the wall there before their
that's
concessions.
great.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool little mural that they got there. It's nice. All right, Bonsa, we ready to do some points?
I'm ready if you're ready.
You know what? No, keep going. We'll get through the touring division stuff.
Let's do it.
All right.
We go to White Mountain Motorsports Park, where the American Canadian Tour was there, and Gabe Brown got his 3rd victory of the year. And amazingly enough, he's the first driver to win 3 points-paying races in that tour in a season since 2022.
Dude, how
Wow.
about that?
That
That's a
shows how competitive that touring division is.
Yeah, seriously. What a great stat
Listen,
for
that-
competitive balance, huh?
That division, though, and I've said this, whether it's Tapley or whatever they've got going on, they'll start 35 cars.
Yeah.
At 35 will finish. You know, it's at 125 laps. It's amazing on how clean they race and how competitive they are. Obviously, by that stat right there,
Yeah.
hard to pick a winner.
They started 30.
See?
They sent 7 home. I don't know these guys well, but I know the name Wayne Hallowell Jr.
Oh, yeah.
He's no slouch,
No slouch.
and he didn't qualify.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Now we go to Star Speedway for the Star Classic weekend. We begin with Pass, where Joey DeWyron was awarded the win after a stunning photo finish. That was originally called the winner to be Derek Griffith.
Hold on, Bonsa. Let me put the photo up here while you read the. So that's the photo finish.
That's a picture of the finish. So Derek Griffith was originally declared the winner, but according to past officials, the procedure is to always go by transponder times as long as the transponders are both, or as long as each driver's transponder was located 11 inches behind the rear end. Transponder results showed that the 12G of Griffith won by 0.006 of a second, which is just mere inches.
Yep.
But in tech, it was determined that the transponder on the 12G was not in the correct location by 3 inches. Because of that finding, Joey DeWyron was declared the winner.
Yeah, that is a lot. You can see it in the photo, too.
That is a
Dude,
lot.
the photo looks like I
inches.
don't know about no 12.
That's a lot.
Well, that's a lot for me.
Same. Oh, what? Anyways.
Diego, come on.
You are just
I wasn't
killing us
ready
today,
for that.
bro.
Ronnie said him too.
Oh my God.
A, that's what she said.
Ronnie.
All right.
Come on, Bonds.
Don't
Bring
give
it
me that
back
look.
home.
Don't give me that look.
But honestly, 3 inches is a lot.
No, stop saying it.
No.
Jesus.
That's why people say in photo finishes that they should check transponders because I don't know how often they get checked, but
That's a big variance, though, honestly.
yeah.
I mean,
That could be 6,000s.
Let's go back to the photo then. I mean, because
the photo tells it. in my opinion.
DG12 went to Victory Lane. He celebrated in Victory Lane.
Yep.
I mean, they called him the winner, obviously, but
No,
Look at
look,
that photo.
the 7's got it.
The 7 does
tell
have
you
it.
Come on,
what?
look at it. It's right there.
But you
That's-
can
that-
argue the angle of the photo and all
Look at
this
the shadows.
jazz.
Yeah.
That's
the,
true.
The 12 was a brand new Fury car, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And DG12, Derek is really,
Yeah, he's no
really,
slouch.
really good.
Oh, we know how fast he
And
is.
is it Dorian, right?
DeWyron.
DeWyron.
Yep.
Boy, that boy just wins every big race there is.
Oh, yeah. He is
Even
super
when he
fast.
goes down south, he's no joke, man. Those guys bring an A-plus car to every race.
All right, so we need to show this picture of a gentleman named Ryan Green who apparently went in the woods off of turn 2,
Oh my God.
and
That's
that's
a-
what his car looked
What
like on the
the-
flatbed.
His throttle
Doesn't
stuck,
look-
apparently.
Doesn't look like any frame damage, though.
Crazy. It says that he was okay after this crazy ride, which is good to hear because that.
That's like the Michael Waltrip car after that one wreck.
Look at the rear end.
No way, not even close.
No,
No, that
Waltrip's-
car was split in half.
Dude, that
Yeah.
car was
This
ridiculous.
car, come on, look at it. It almost appears that way
Nice
at first
cage.
glance.
Diego, nice.
Look at the
cage.
white, though.
Yeah,
You know what I
come
mean,
on.
Ron? Woo. Crispy.
Going to the New England Super Modified Series, Jeffrey Battle got his 3rd win in a row to extend his point lead.
Mm-hmm.
He also won the 350 Super Modified race.
What do you got to say? Go ahead, say something, Sid.
No, we'll get to it later. We'll get to it later. Mm-hmm.
Modified Racing Series, John McKennedy, 2 starts in that series, 2 victories.
Mm-hmm. Picks his spots right there. That's his
Especially
home
his
track. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Diego.
Now we go to the Evolve Pro Truck Series where Ryan Kuhn got his 4th win of the year in 7 starts.
Yeah.
Simply amazing.
Jesus.
Nima Lights,
Mm-hmm.
Jake Trainer got his 1st win of the year, and then the Pro 4 Modifieds, Doug Meservy Jr. got his 3rd victory of the season. And then Sunday at Speedway 95, Evan Ballou in the Grand Estate Pro Stock Series got his 2nd win of the year,
I should have picked him.
both at Speedway 95.
Evan Ballou is great.
Mm-hmm. At Speedway 95, he is.
Oh, yeah, he's good there.
All right, let's do some points, shall we?
Let's
go over to Stafford. So it's basically down, unless there's some bad luck involved. It looks like it's going to be a heavyweight fight here between Mikey Flynn and John Pulio.
Phew, that is down to the nitty.
It really is. They're down. They're separated by 2 points, and Flynn has the wins tiebreaker right now,
Yeah, he has
2-1.
Not to talk about our pregame, but remember what Ronnie had said? Man, I go down to the 2-week race, and man, we just have to finish good.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of pressure, even though they say there's no pressure there with Pulio and, Mikey Flynn, who would have picked those 2 guys to win the championship to start the year?
Yeah.
John Pulio ended last year. He was on fire.
Yeah, Pulio is a little tuned into. Flynn, though, obviously consistent, but it's still a shock that he's leading the
So
points
he's
today.
leading.
To me, it's not a shock, really, that he's up there.
No, huh?
Really?
I don't think I'm not
It's
that
just
shocked.
not like the first handful
Really?
of names want to pull out.
Because there's always those drivers who you see improve every year, Flynn improved a lot in 23, and then 24, he was top 5 in points. I'm thinking 25, I wouldn't be surprised if he's up there with the top drivers, because with the equipment he has, we've seen what he can do now.
It speaks volume for his team. They just won the previous week, which is a big win, end of the year. Like, you know, I said it then, like, he showed up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's either put up or shut up right now, right? And if you come out and just hammer down a win, you're making a statement like, we're here.
Yeah.
And we're not going anywhere.
I think Flynn and JP each have 1 win this season. So when it comes to tiebreaker, it'd be whoever has the more second-place finishes.
I don't think that's correct. I could have sworn Mikey Flynn. He's got 2 wins.
Does he have 2 wins?
Yeah, Mikey's got 2.
Yeah, he's got 2 wins. You know, but JP.
Wow. Am I blanking?
Yeah, that's unlike you, Bonza.
I'm getting old.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, JP is consistently, I'm not saying Mikey Flynn isn't, but JP is always tuned in. And so the pressure is on Mikey Flynn to keep the throttle down.
Right.
You know, because it's always easy. I don't know how to say this. You know, when you're chasing somebody, there's a lot less pressure. Right? Does that make sense? You think that happens or no?
Oh, 100%.
I don't know if Julio even feels like he's chasing Flynn at this point, though. I mean, I feel like every week they go in thinking, I have to win. I have to. But I mean, they're so onto it right now.
But there's only 2. I know it's only 2 points, but there's only 2 races left. Is that right?
3.
There's 3.
Oh, there's 3.
They run 2 on fall final weekend.
Listen, Mike Christopher's not out of it, though.
He needs to have bad luck, though.
One of those, you know, those guys have a bad night, and he's, you know, you go into the last race down 10.
He needs both of them to have bad luck, though.
I'm hoping they stay close throughout the next 2 on the fall final weekend.
Yeah.
He could.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw people saying he has a few credits on
Well,
Julio,
that's the thing,
whatever
is, like,
you
when
want to
you-
make out of that.
Yeah, when you're getting down to the wire and like when I saw them racing hard against each other, it's like you kind of have to race for points here. You can't always just go for the win. And like Julio is a very aggressive racer, I would say, where I don't really see a lot of that out of Mikey
More so
Flynn.
than Flynn, for sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think he has a lot more friends, and I don't think Mikey will be afraid to run him up the track in the next 3 races if the chance comes.
Yeah.
So,
and I kind of hope it does. I kind of hope it does.
But even JP said in the interview when he finished second in the 40 lapper, like Di Matteo was blocking, and JP said he didn't want to push the issue because of big picture thinking.
Yeah.
And he had a car that could win the 40 lapper.
It's probably a week too late. He probably should have done that.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yep.
All right, let's carry on here, shall we? So, Paul Verricchio's got a, what is that? 22-point lead now over
That's a
Adam.
lot.
Yeah,
Adam Gray had a disaster class.
Yeah. A little bit of, spun himself out there, went a lap down, all kinds of shenanigans. All right, so then we got Meg there, 28 points ahead of Hovey. So Hovey jumps up to second. So she's 28 in front of Nick. She's 30 in front of Amanda. And then Peter Bennett's a little farther out there, 44. All right, Travis is still got a pretty healthy lead there in the late models. I don't know what that line is to Jeremy Lavoie's name. Sorry about that, buddy. And Aaron is now 2 points ahead of Travis Downey in the street stocks.
That's going to be a doozy.
If he wins that championship, I think this past weekend he clinched the Speedbowl championship.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yep.
Yep, I think so. So, yeah, it'd be a great year for that guy.
So let's go there, shall we? So Moeller still in the lead. You know, Moeller was pretty dominant there early in terms of racking out wins there. It's been a while since he has, yet he still has a 13-point lead. And remember, the points are a little bit different at the Speedbowl, so a 13-point lead is a little bit more of a cushion than it would be at Stafford.
Yep.
All right, feels like it's been like 6 months since the late models race, but Devin DeShays has a 20-point lead over Gaedeke in case you're scoring at home. Hovey's got a 5-point lead over Chapman
and Davis.
So that's all. And then is Burgoyce
Six
is 6?
back.
What's going on over there?
That's a
All right. All right. Hovey's got the old tiebreakers there, I would think, though. Mm-hmm. Jason Beal is leading Pops over there by 14 in the trucks. Yeah, so Aaron has a 36-point lead, and you get 32 points for a win, and they only have one race left, so why they didn't celebrate him as the champ, I have no idea.
I know. Shocking, right?
Well, unfortunately, he's not the only one that would have a gripe, but we will get to that in a second. So Ray Christian is 15 ahead of Garside. Bonsa, what do you got there for Krasminski? The camera's in my way. Can you say?
He's got 295, so he is.
Right, so he's
35
back.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go over to the other ones we have here. Our man Greg Prevost, he's got 70 something points. They have 2 races left, so he should have been crowned the champ. And Riley Paul has a 33-point lead in the Saturday Legend Cars. And again, you get 32 for the win. So I don't know why those 3 drivers were not celebrated as champions. However, in the middle and right side of the screen, those are all your final point standings. Oh, I'm sorry. The Bandoleros are racing this Saturday, so they're not done yet. But the Super X cars, the X cars, and the Legend cars for Wednesday are completed, as they say. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let me click some more buttons here for you, shall we? Here we go. Playoffs. Brent Robideau's got the old 5-point lead there in the pure stocks. A couple of these you will see, like in the Sport 4s, Sloboda has the tiebreakers over Jacob. That's why she is listed in 4th. And Jacob Burns has the lead. So we went with the playoff point system. We know that they are still keeping points, overall points. We'll check back over on those on the final week. But anyways, Jacob Burns, Aaliyah DeSoma, and Landon Salamito with the 1-point lead over Jace Chaber, who won last week. Then on Saturday, so Estrella climbs within 1 now of the Rowdy one, and Dave Darling is 2 back. Belcher still got the lead in the late models by 4. Adam Petty now climbs within 1 of Colby Lambert, and Rick Martin's got a 2-point lead over Dane in the sport trucks. That's for the 4 oval tracks. Let's do a little touring series, shall we? What's updated here? The MRS is updated. Brett Meservy's still in the lead there. I don't believe that the MRS or the Actor, well, there's a tie now for 5th, but they otherwise have pretty much stayed the same. Unfortunately, Pass and the New England Supermods, their stuff is not updated.
How many more races for the Monaco?
They have 2 more, Stafford, and then
are they 2 points of position?
And then Seekonk. Yeah, they're traditional 50, aren't they?
No, it's
no,
like
it's a little
for
different.
When it's
Oh,
like
you
a 50,
Yeah, and you
and
go
the
on to
second's like
46.
46, but at some point I think it gets down to 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of a weird little.
So
thing.
so if you went back to that stat real quick, is there any way you can go back to
hold
the
on 1
Monaco?
second. Mm-hmm. Where were we there? Right here.
Yeah. So legitimately, I mean, Ronnie, you still have a shot.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in there
Yeah.
still.
Yep.
I mean, it takes one not so great night for John McKennedy and you to continue on your hot streak, and you're in there.
Yeah,
And
100%.
you know there's
yeah.
going to be a lot of cars for Stafford and Seekonk.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what 2 great races! I'm really
I can't wait for Seacon.
No, I am looking forward to that race as a fan to watch. That's for sure. That's a great the acts
Seekonk?
with them. Yes,
The Haunted 100.
yeah, it's a great with the act. The act brings a bunch of cars. It's a great race day.
All right, the last ones over here we have the Pro 4s are updated. And the so we did get some information from our man Marshall over in the trucks.
Oh, Marshall Hurley.
Now they have a chase system as well.
Yes.
So hold on before we get into the weeds on that. Nemo Lights and the Granite States was not updated. The Pro 4s that is updated. Thanks to Doug Meservy there for sending me that info. Real quick here, let me just get back over here and let me just tell you when it comes to the trucks. So the 8 drivers that have qualified for their chase are Nicholas Fraschetti, Todd Taylor, Jason Paquette, Ryan Kuhn, Dennis Charette, Dwayne Knoll, Burt Willett, and Chris Palomar. And so Marshall gave us a bunch of stuff with the chase format. I'm not going to read that all right now, but they're heading into their playoff system. So I believe they have 2 more races left.
I know Thompson's one of them.
Yeah.
And then maybe they maybe have a Claremont race or something. I'm not really
Not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know.
All right, there's one more thing I wanted to say here when we were over here. Oh, yes, I wanted to say, why don't we take a look, because we're going, Thompson is running tomorrow. Let's have a refresher, shall we? So Todd Owen is leading the Sunoco mods over Keith and Zach. Jake Johnson is leading the late models over Brian and Zach. Nick Hovey is leading the SK Lights over Johnny O. And Danny is at Gamachi. And
yeah, I believe so.
Larry Barnett still leading the Streeters, and the veteran Dave Trudeau leading the Minis. So listen, big thanks to Serve Pro, JDL Motorsports, Flagman Graphics, and Midstate Site Development, and J&J Racing for all helping out as we update the points. Bonssa, back over to you.
This weekend is the NASCAR Cup Series only visit to New England, as they'll be competing at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Also on tap is the NASCAR Modified Tour and NASCAR Truck Series on Saturday. In addition to Mike Christopher Jr.'s debut on the national scene in the truck race, other familiar faces on the entry list include Modified standout Patrick Emmerling, along with Rhode Island natives Gio Ruggiero and Tyler Tomasi.
Yeah, and I guess we got to throw in there that Doug Colby is going to be in the modified race now, right?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry.
Now we go to the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. And why do I mention that? Because they inducted John Guy Poulin posthumously this past Saturday. Now, we all know Poulin as a longtime race car driver and car owner with many wins over the years. But before his career doing so, he was an innovative engine and snowmobile builder from 1974 to 88. Poulin's family accepted his induction at the ceremony. So very good for them.
Did you know that about her?
I didn't know that.
He was a cool dude.
He really was, man.
He was a cool dude.
Yeah,
man.
that was kind of neat to hear that.
And then, as Sid teased, 6-time NASCAR Modified Tour champion Doug Colby will be making his first start in the NASCAR Modified Tour this Saturday at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, driving the Tommy Baldwin 7NY. It's Colby's first tour start in over a year as he seeks his 5th win at Loudon.
Is he a threat?
I would think so.
You have to think so.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
That would be totally Colby to come in there, kick their ass, and say, I'll see you in another year and a half.
Yep.
Yeah.
If not more.
Right.
There's no way he lost it.
No.
And he's good at Loudon. So,
Yep.
and with that, that was your Fowler's Auto Wrecking Weekly Update.
Well done, my friend. Reminator, you ready to roll?
Uh-huh.
It is time for the Waddell Communications Nostalgia Nugget the week.
Dude, you guys had it, but Sid, you fell apart there a little bit.
That was a total bomb. My bad. All right, what are we talking about today? Oh, yes, the Nostalgia Nugget. This is a good one, you know. Diego, back in 2016, there was this guy racing SKs up at Stafford. He wasn't having a great year up there. He was getting kind of pissed off. So, you know what? I'm going to come down to the bowl, just have a good time, see if I can't get some kinks out here. And he just came down there and kind of shocked the world a little bit. That's our man, Ronnie Williams.
Oh, yeah.
The epic win against the legendary TC, as the old Warner Wolf used to say, Remy. Let's just go to the videotape, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Green, white, checkered, I believe, right here. That's Teddy in the DePisa car on the pole. And that's Ronnie in the family-owned 59 right behind him. What are we thinking here, Ronnie? You remember
I
this?
had no idea how I was going to
Oh,
get
he
by
was
Teddy.
so
Yeah.
fast that night. You were.
Yeah, we came from pretty far back, made most of the passes on the outside. I'm pretty sure I said that in the interview, too. But yeah, he was getting pretty tight here, obviously. He's
Yeah.
not trying to hit Teddy. Especially being kind of new into the series, especially coming down to Waterford. I think this was like our second or third time.
Yeah, you guys this was a random start for you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
But just got the run coming off of 2. And then he says I went in the grass. I
Was you-
definitely did not go
you
in the
did
grass. I just he left a little space open.
You
Yeah,
love
that was
it.
a good one.
That was
Yeah.
a long
good one.
wow, Sid.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was worthy of
No,
it, man. That was
100%.
pretty awesome.
You had to run the lap before, too.
Yeah, and that's when I realized when I went in hard, he was tight, hit him twice, And then going down to turn 3, there was really no room there to throw it in at that point. Plus, I probably would not have wanted to get by him with 1 lap to go.
True.
That would not have been a good thing.
Right.
But yeah, that was. I mean, we had 1 win at Stafford, and then we got DQ'd because of ride height. So like coming off of 6 wins the year before, and then not having any wins.
Yeah.
Up to that point, I think that was a September race.
Yeah, it was late in the year.
Yeah, so it was, that was, I mean, to beat Teddy. Like, I really didn't race against Teddy a lot. Like, 14, I started SKs. 15, I don't think he was too great at Stafford in 2015.
He struggled for a couple
He
years.
went winless.
And then 16, we weren't too good. So, like, I didn't have a lot of battles with him. I knew him from Mikey, like just hanging out at Mikey's house, and like I brought Quinn down to Atlantic City to watch him TQ. Like I knew Teddy on another level, I thought. But yeah, that's definitely one of the best wins that you can have.
Oh yeah,
I'll be showing Bryson that in the future. Look at your dad was pretty cool. All right, not bad.
How old were you in that race?
I was 20. Yeah,
Not many 20-year-olds have the temerity to race Teddy and make that move.
He was a little salty in victory lane, but did you ever talk to him after that about that race? Or
I don't think so. No. He probably forgot about it when he went home.
That's a true story. Yeah,
Ted was always salty when he didn't win.
No, he didn't like to lose. Right?
Yeah, when he didn't win, it was always somebody else that did something to him.
Right.
But I mean, the year prior too, like he gave me my first start in the tour. Like we ran his car in 2015. So it's like again, we had more of a relationship, I thought, than just another random driver. I kind of knew him a little bit more on a personal level. I think a lot of people did too. I think everyone has their little cues with him, but
all different when you get in the track, though,
100%, 100%. Yeah, especially a 1 race thing. You're not worried about him wrecking me the next week because of points or anything along those lines. You're just going for like a 1-day show.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully you can go and win.
Right.
Cool.
All right, we'll have more in the Great TC a little later in the show, but right now we're going to head down to the bullpen. Diego, are you familiar with the guy down there?
Matter of fact, I do know him.
Well, let's take a little look. See.
Look at it. All right, people, we got some doozies here on the Northeast Performance Parts Stat Chatter. So should I say the glass chat?
Oh my gosh.
He's so funny, dude. I love this guy.
You look like Sheldon Creed.
He
Oh
does.
my God.
Yo, you do look like Sheldon Creed.
I can see it.
You do.
All right.
Well, I do always finish second. Sorry,
What's the first stat chat?
All right, here we go. Is keeping fans up to date on points and other happenings essential for a touring series in 2025?
I feel like that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Whether it be through socials or other online
I mean,
communications.
it just shows how you know if you don't update your stuff. I mean, what do you think?
Get with the times,
right?
Like, come on, it's 2025.
Well, we've been coming across this issue. You know, we tried to, we cover the Southern New England tracks, and then we've picked some touring series that we want to keep interest on. And it's been a challenge, I have to say, with some of them to get their stuff updated by the time we do the podcast on Tuesday nights, which is unfortunate. But
right, because you're only trying to give them love.
Yeah,
right, and they make it so hard. I mean,
man. I gotta say the tracks. Stafford and the Speedbowl, it's instantaneous almost.
Yeah.
You can literally go on their websites within minutes after a race and get the results, and if not instantaneous from that, shortly after, the points are updated as well. Both those tracks do a great job at it. Seekonk takes a day or two. Thompson usually takes maybe 3 or 4 days, but that's relatively... They've always been available by the time we've done the podcast.
Yeah.
The ACT Tour is really good. The NASCAR Tour is really good. Monaco is really good. And, I reached out to Marshall. I reached out to the Pro 4s, and they were able to get me some info. And then some of them, we just don't get any reply. And, that's unfortunate because we're trying to give their series some exposure. But it's tough to keep up with them and get involved if we don't know what's going on in their series. And like Bonssa said, like in today's day and age, that kind of stuff should be pretty readily available pretty quickly.
We're definitely not the only ones who are having issues with it. I mean, if you want to follow the series at all, I mean, there are some that I'll go to their site and I'll see like 20 points on the homepage. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, and there's some series that have like multiple, Facebook pages. The Speedbowl had that issue for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's just a huge red flag of, hey, we don't really understand social media too great. Unfortunately, that's kind of what you're projecting to people when that kind of stuff happens. But yeah, I mean, listen, there's going to be these series that can get by if it's more like a club, and like if the drivers love doing it and they can coordinate it with the tracks, and just those drivers know the deal or they don't care, whatever, that's fine. But I feel like if you wanted to be a little bit more relevant in today's day and age, those kind of things are more and more essential. I was telling Diego a story before we went live about a chat I had with some old timers, and they were suggesting, I won't mention names, but they were suggesting the guy who's, basically close to 80 if he's not already. And I don't think he's got email or anything. Like, that's not somebody that's going to be a promoter in today's day and age. If you don't even know how to use email, never mind.
That's a bad start.
Never mind social media and streaming or YouTube. Like, these are all essential things that you have to be somewhat savvy at, or somebody on your team has to be savvy at, in order for you to stay relevant in today's world. And because we all are in Stafford's backyard, the bar is, even a little bit higher. So
that's what I've always said.
Yeah. So it's definitely, I think it's essential.
All right. Sheldon Creed, huh? Really? You're thinking about that one. Is a fan vote an appropriate method to decide a schedule for a race weekend?
Oh, what makes you say that now?
Well, there was an interesting post made. I believe it was the Facebook page for the bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you got to vote on which division you wanted to run last. And then, from what I understand, they were going to line them up on the schedule from least votes through most votes.
And how did that, what's the results with that? Do we know?
I don't. I have not.
SK
I just assumed that the SKs got
SK
the most.
Lights are first.
Really?
They have the least amount of votes.
It's kind of crazy.
I'm not sure how the voting went. I did read it. It was either least amount or most amount. Least amount of votes went last. Something like that. I'm not sure.
I think it's most amount of votes goes last, and I think the most were the SKs and Crown Vics.
Diego, you just said a whole lot of I don't really know.
I know, but because I read it twice, and I'm like, man, what the hell is going on here?
I've never heard that as a concept before, doing a fan vote to decide the lineup of divisions. I don't know if I'm a fan of that.
Yeah.
Especially when you always should have the SKs, in Waterford's case, be the last division. Unless you have a headliner above that.
I mean, there's got to be other factors that are more important to weigh than
and this is their
Facebook fan poll.
This is their way of doing fan appreciation night. They're making the fans decide.
I'm not mad at them for doing it. I mean, they're trying to get people interacting in their page, and it is a fan night, so let the fans pick. I mean, I know some of you guys probably don't think it's a great idea. But it's one night out of the whole season that maybe somebody feels like their input made a difference in one Saturday night of racing.
All right, I got the poll right here. So the SKs have the most votes. The Crown Vics are second most. The trucks are third most. The late models and SK Lights are tied for the fourth most, and the mini stocks would go first, according to this. So according to this, it would be the mini stocks, SK's late models are tied, however you would work that out. The trucks, then the Crown Vics, then the SK Modifieds.
That's really interesting. I mean, discussion aside, that is an interesting result.
So
Mini stocks first?
So the problem with this is because the Speedbowl doesn't have desirable car counts in all divisions. I mean, last week, these two divisions that got the most car counts had the worst, other than the Streeters, who aren't running this night. They both had 10 cars. That's the worst car counts.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the risk that you take by doing this. I understand for fan appreciation night, I guess I would give it a little bit of a pass because you're asking for fan engagement, but
well,
I don't really know if the Crown Vic's second to last or potentially last because it looks like this poll is still open. I don't know if that's a good idea.
I think the trucks have a 50-lapper this week, too.
Do they?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because they do have to make that up.
I think they have a 50-lapper this week. If there was somebody
header.
that might have been a headline show, I know the mods are, but I I think like Stafford does when they do like their limited late model Riley generator night, they're the last race.
The late model 50s was the last race of the year this year. Or
Right.
the last race of the night this year.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I can't be mad at him for trying to get some.
Truck 50. You're right.
It's a truck 50. So if anybody were to go last, I would have think that maybe they were going to be the premier race of the night. But I can't knock them for at least trying to get some fan engagement into their socials.
Yeah, I guess there's not like really negative ramifications
Right.
that could come out of it, except for maybe the fact that the Crown Vics could be last, which I don't know if that's great for the track. No offense to the Crown Vics. But at the same time, they had the same amount of cars as the SKs. So.
It's better than them running last. I'll tell you that for sure.
Not by much, though.
Somebody thought it was a great idea, and I'm not mad at them. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Trying something new, something different. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just don't do it again.
Right.
That's true. That's true. I guess I'm always an advocate for taking swings like that.
Yeah, right?
It
All
could-
right,
it
so
could work out.
before we get back to Fro, let's just have a look-see, shall we? That's Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, I don't see it, guys.
Oh, we see it.
Oh, you don't see it?
We see
His
it.
eyes, dude, come on. There's nothing there.
It's there, guy.
There's nothing there in the eyes? What does that mean?
Open your eyes a little, would you?
I can't. This is as much as they open. How do I look like that?
No, you just
This is an opinion from the person that thinks that Matt Hirschman looks like freaking Michael Jackson. You ever heard that one from Remy?
Who said
true.
that?
I wasn't
I
the
did.
Rob.
Remy,
I was the one that said that, not Remy.
Yeah.
No,
Not,
I
not
also.
the Michael Jackson thing. The one me saying that he looks like Sheldon.
You
Creed.
first said that?
That was me.
Oh, you need them glasses more than me, son.
Wow.
My
Okay.
vision's great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Open your eyes a little and you'd look like him.
Are you sure?
I think so. Let's see.
They
it
don't
again.
open beyond this, so.
Oh, you want me to show you?
Let's see it one more time.
Can we get him without the glasses then?
The glasses is the focal point.
In what way? I mean, the head shape's different.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
put the
The eyes are
glasses back
different.
on.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Put the glasses back.
I really don't get it.
Oh, we get it.
Oh, yeah, you look good,
No,
Fro.
insane reach. Insane reach. Yeah, that is one of the biggest reaches.
Mans is in denial.
It's a worse reach than some of the That's What She Said jokes we got going on here, I gotta say.
Hey, that's what she said.
Continue.
All right. How detrimental is the Stafford handicap to the racing towards the end of the year?
Oh, Diego, you know what that means, guy?
What?
Hold on a second. I'm ready for it. You ready?
Yes.
Hit me. Well, that reminds me that our man Nick Anglace, he kind of went scorched earth a little bit with his interview after the old wreck in the SK
He's
Lights.
been so good, too.
Let's have a look-see,
He's
shall
down
we?
there with one of the drivers involved. John?
Yeah, Nick Anglace, the Yukon number 10 car out of this one, Nick, way too soon. Unfortunate there on the front stretch. I know it happened quick, but what'd you see?
This is just the product of how we start these races. I mean, we're giving people that miss shifts opportunities. That restart should have just been let go. If it was anybody else, it would have been held. So the people that were in front of me that caused this wreck wouldn't have even been in front of me had they just let the restart go. But I guess we're giving second chances for everything. And then on top of it, this whole handicap system that we got where we have all the good guys starting in the back and all the guys that suck for the last 3 weeks starting up front. What are we doing here? The fastest car on the racetrack just got wrecked, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, tough break right there for Nick Anglace and the Yukon.
All right, so I have to say, he had a legitimate beef, I think, about those restarts getting called back.
Dude, terrible.
Yeah.
Every time.
That was a little bit much. But then he just went scorched earth. It's like, the handicap system sucks. Everything sucks. I'm pissed off.
It's so
was-
funny,
that was-
though. When you put the mic in those
No,
guys' face
I love it.
at that point in time,
Yeah.
I mean, and his season just about, the bottom fell out right there.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, to me, the handicap system's part of the reason why I love short track racing, watching the fast guys come through the field.
Yeah.
Now, I know that means that you're going to get stuck back there sometimes and got to pass cars that you don't want to deal with, but, that's why, to me, it's more exciting than what I watch on TV when they all just time trial and the fast cars go in the front, and then that's not really what I'm excited to watch, so.
What do you think, Ronnie? Because you've been through the pack, you started up front, you've been through the whole gamut.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's an issue by any means. I think it's good to. It sucks when you get caught up in a wreck. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think there's any problem with guys getting through the field because, like the Nick Hovey kid, like he gets through it every single week. Mikey gets through it. Mikey Flynn, all those guys. So I don't think one bad restart or whatever is a reason to change everything now.
Right.
Also, I mean, he's also racing an open car. So if he really hates the handicapping system, just race an open car.
With the plus minus.
There's that too. So
Right.
I don't know. I think he has choices where he can go and race. Is he fast in the SK8s? Yeah, but if he doesn't like the way they're doing it, why don't you go to a series that does it the way you want to race? So
Right.
I don't think there's any issue with the handicapping system at Stafford and the way they do it. I think they put on good races.
It works.
Why have Mikey Flynn and Pulio and Mikey Christopher starting up front in the SKs every week?
Yeah, I would want to see
just
that.
wouldn't be a show.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
all right, big thanks to Mid-State Site Development for not only the quote of the week, but the stat drop earlier in the show, if I didn't mention that. All right, back to you, Rob.
I mean, that's wraps on the chat. I will say, I've always had
all
mixed opinions on the handicap, as you know.
I feel like you've grown to like it.
I was about to say, you were against it at first. Now you changed.
There is a big difference between, theory and practicality, right? Like in theory, I think, why are we doing this? Like, obviously, you're going to put the guys who haven't been running well up front, and you might have problems from time to time. I also, had this big thing about like legitimacy, like, it kind of makes it a little like, we're just mixing it up for the sake of it. But after, watching every week of Stafford back now, you start to see the real world case for it.
I do have a question now.
Oh, Remy, please go.
The thing is, I'm not going to say what division or what race, but there was a race that I saw who was going to start. And I went and turned to someone and said, all right, so caution lap 1. And I was correct.
Wow.
And it's just like, does anyone make the certain call and being like, okay, this might end up really bad?
Say names. Say names.
No.
Say names.
So they used to do that.
Good job, Remy. Don't say names.
They used to do that at the Speedbowl. Drivers used to bring up like, hey, listen, I don't remember who was race directing at the time, but, it was a recipe for a really bad disaster to put so-and-so up on the front end. And they politely asked, I don't really remember the names. Or I would
Talking
say,
about the notorious Nicole incident?
I don't even know if it was Nicole, but it happened multiple times where they said, listen, would you just start in
Well,
the
they told that to Nicole after she won a race.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What?
Wow.
That's bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is bad.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in favor. You can't individually pick and choose guys to ask, and then eventually, I assume, if they don't comply, tell to not start in the front row. If you're in a position where you have to do that, then you got to just change the system entirely.
Man,
I don't think you should arbitrarily pick and choose.
If the race director asked me that, man, I would be like, man,
yeah, why am I even
what
here?
am I doing here?
Yeah, what the hell am I doing?
Jeez, I better start cheating or something.
you can pick and choose who starts up front and who doesn't. Like, I know if there's some bad guys up there that are second off, like you guys were talking about the tri-track incident with that 34 wrecking Mikey and some other guys.
Waterford.
So if he's starting on the front row of a heat race, I'm pretty sure it could be on the series to say, hey, you're a second and a half off the pace.
Right.
Like, you're not starting on the front row.
Yeah.
And like for those other series, it might be something where if you're like top 10 in points or whatever, but I also think that's why you have the heat races to kind of avoid the feature mayhem. But it could be like to your point, it's like the heat races where it's like, ooh, geez, like there's some like risky people starting up there.
How many times have you looked and you're like, damn, man, I got to just come out of here unscathed. It's only a heat race.
Yeah, I mean, I think every single time I raced at Stafford for those 7 years or
that's
whatever
interesting.
it was.
I mean, the Stafford, I think there's a clause in there. If you're below a certain points position, you're like, you don't qualify.
Yeah, it's top 18.
Yeah, see, like to me, that makes it a good system. If it was truly all the way to the floor, like you would start to see issues like that.
But at those times, like if you don't have enough cars, like you're talking about like the top 10 or only 10 guys racing at Waterford. I don't know how Waterford does it, but if you only have 10 cars and that 10th car is not a good guy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, geez, like what do we do now?
Right.
It's I feel like it's as much as it's on the series, it's on the driver as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Because like you have to have that knowledge of, hey, it's probably not going to be my week. Practice didn't go great. I should probably just start in the back and like figure this thing out. Work how to like learn how to go through the field with different cars and all that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like people don't do that. Like they're like, "Ooh, I'm starting up front. Like let's
if you voluntarily
see what happens."
If you voluntarily do it, it's one thing. I just don't think any series would want to get in the habit of like needing to ask almost every other week a guy that's too slow to be up there to not start up front. Like, if it's going to be like that, maybe just write some clause in there, like, oh, if you're X amount off, whatever time trials or group quali. I mean, you can't be in.
It's hard to swallow your pride, too.
It is,
you know,
yeah. For sure.
As a driver,
no one wants to.
You know, but I get it, man. It's, God, I mean, geez, people would be pissed off if you asked them to start in the back. I don't know. I mean, how does the race director go up and say, hey, listen.
Yeah. Especially when it's pick and choose. Like,
right.
How do you decide certain cases and certain circumstances?
He's probably right. The race director is right because, you know, the last thing we need is 8 cars.
Yeah.
Or 6 cars because we junked 3 because of a bad restart, you know? So
the only thing I can think of as a possible option to keep the handicap but modify is instead of top 18, maybe top 13 or something like that. Like, that's the only option I could even think of if you want to keep the handicap. Because, yeah, some divisions have a very wide disparity in terms of speed from front to back, even from first in points to 18th in points. So if that's your concern, you might just do like top 13, top 14 instead of top 18, but that's about the only option I can think of.
Yeah, I don't think the Stafford one's bad. I mean, there's a few rules, if you tweak them, I think it could become very bad, but in its current state, I think it's fine.
I got one small thing to put into this, and this will probably tell you. I've been to obviously multiple Car Stores event down south,
right?
And everything's on time trial. In the good car start up front, there's I don't think there's any redraws. And they have competition cautions.
Yeah.
Because they just get single line and 40 laps, throw a competition caution because nothing has happened.
Right. I don't like that.
And 40 laps.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like that.
No,
either.
It's like
so that's what happens,
like stage
though.
cautions.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it pre-planned or do they just throw it?
No,
when
they
it
say
gets...
if you go 40 consecutive laps, so they'll run 100.
Oh, so it's like a caution clock, basically.
Yeah,
so if they run
basically.
they run 125 lap race and they
Right.
go 40 straight green flag laps, you know, everybody knows a competition caution is coming.
Right.
Yep.
That's a little bit better. I thought you were saying that like the race gets boring and then the race director, just decides on whatever.
No,
this is boring.
It's
Like,
a 40
caution.
lap.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
so
like
it's like-
it's
so
not
it's
like
like a stage.
SRX.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a stage.
That's interesting.
All right, we need to move on.
Yeah. All right. Thank you again, Northeast Performance Parts. Always a pleasure.
All right, I got a little something for you here. All right, those corners, man, Mid-State Site Development, they're all over the place today. They got all kinds of stuff. Diego, did you know that the passing of Mike Stefanik and Bob Potter happened both in 2019, the same year we shot the show at Stafford with our man Ronnie Williams as one of the 4 people that we were following that year. So to open the last episode of that series, we paid tribute to them. It's got a lot of cool interviews with not only Ronnie and Keith and Mike Christopher Jr. and Glenn Reen, but also Dan Avery and Mike Christopher Sr. So in honor of those 2 great legendary guys that we are celebrating this week, Reminator, hit it. Look at that mullet.
We're getting this word for the second time in 1 week. Connecticut is mourning the loss of a racing legend. Norwich police confirmed this evening that Bob Potter was killed when his car crashed into a school bus. Potter was a modified race car driver for decades and won multiple championships at the new London Waterford Speedbowl and the Stafford Motor Speedway. On Sunday, former NASCAR driver Michael Stefanik died when he crashed his small plane in Sterling.
You know, if you're a racing fan from the 80s up until now, you knew these 2 guys.
When we heard about Mike Stefanik's plane crash, our team was devastated. A lot of guys on the team, including Adam, were a part of the
Look how
Flamingo
young
team
Adam
when he
looks.
drove. Not only a driver, but a friend.
Yeah, he's an old man now.
Mike's personality, he had a very common sense approach. There was no rough side or rough driving. He just was very calculated and everything was in a measured way. Very, very smart racer.
When I found out the news about Mike Stefanik, I was on my way back from the tri-track race in Monadnock. And, it was kind of surreal because it was the day before Ted died, a couple years before.
But there was a good picture. Teddy won the race, and they were both shaking hands and, and laughing. It was like Teddy was, you could tell Teddy smirk. Yeah, I got you,
When Ted died, I didn't believe it was real, and, how could this happen? I feel real bad for his family. I know exactly what they're going through.
found out the news about Potter, I was actually at work, and you know, me and my boss were just reminiscing about all the great legends that we're losing in auto racing.
There was a streak where either him, my dad, or my uncle won championships at Stafford for like a decade or something like that. So it just shows how good Bob was.
That was the car to beat when we first started. You know, the 51 was the cleanest car at the racetrack. I mean, that thing was spotless. You know, he never really would mess you around. You know, he'd drive you clean, you know. Give you the lane to race, maybe an inch or whatever, but it was at least, you know, you knew where you stood with him. You know, he wasn't jamming you around or anything. Fun guy to race with.
I found out about Bob Potter. I was actually heading back from the race shop on Tuesday. It was the day he got into the accident. My girlfriend's family, they're married into.
Look at how young they are.
Beautiful. All the time racing that two-seater and the amount of wins he has.
Oh, yeah, the old
iconic
two-seater.
figure in the sport.
When Bob got out of auto racing, he always used to bullshit with me and tell what I did wrong and what I did right. It was pretty cool to share stories with him and hear what he had to say about what I did.
Look at that mullet flying in the wind right there. He had a legendary one, huh?
He was nasty.
They were great, man. Both of those guys had the, you know, it's funny that, you know, Bonssa, we look back at it, you did the doc on TC, I did the one on Stefanik, and it's just so ironic that I'll never forget, I was getting ready to do a post about Teddy, and I was going to schedule it to go the next day. I forget what the post was. And I went on Facebook, and it was flooded with Mike Stefanik died in a plane crash. And I was like, what? Like, is this surreal? Like, how is that possible, you know?
I remember that day because I found out on race day CT, and I was still new to Stafford. I think it crashed a website. Like, it was a massive deal when it happened.
Oh, that's right. You just got here, huh?
Yeah.
You were only here for maybe like a month, right?
Yeah, a month or two. I was relatively new to Stafford and the modified racing scene. And I remember when that news came up because I knew Mike Stefanik, watching him back in the 2010s when they were on Speed Channel. So even I knew it was a big deal. But when it crashed the website, I'm like, man, I didn't realize how legendary he was.
Right. Even now, just looking back at that edit, you know, it kind of takes you back to it. And I just think, like, how little I knew about Stefanik when I did that piece as compared to now after doing the documentary of him, you know. But, yeah. And, Ronnie, your team is a large part basically that Flamingo team, right?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those guys worked with Stefanik. I only knew him from, like, pit parties and getting his autograph back in the day. Like, I never talked to him or anything like that. But, I mean, a lot of guys, they were Tire Guy or Adam was just coming up and helping with Sly and Paul being a big part of it. So, yeah, I've heard stories through them, just like the way he was and how he went about the race car. But, yeah, I know that, again, a lot of those guys were just beyond devastated. Like, you know a guy for so long and then just suddenly just gone.
Right.
So.
Well, you know what's a cool story is I think it was was it Seekonk where you had the unbelievable pit stop? What was the race this year? You had an amazing pit stop where you gained a bunch of spots.
That was Stafford.
Stafford. Okay,
Yep.
Stafford.
Yeah, track race.
So that reminded me of a story that Paul S. told me when we went to interview Eric Sanderson for the Stefanik doc. And he was saying how when Stefanik came to that team, he taught them how you can gain positions on pit road, and they started practicing their pit stops once Stefanik came part of the team. And I thought, wow, what a really smart way to go about it, you know?
Right.
And he's like, yeah, Stefanik elevated us to another level because of his experience. And when you had that great pit stop, I just thought about your team and thinking, like, they've been together for so long and are so smooth. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was mostly because my best buddy Cody, he wasn't there, so that's probably changing the tire. On the right
Wow. Cody goes right under the bus.
Yeah, we had this guy Phil subbing in. So, but no, yeah, like it's those little things, and like I hear stories about like them even bringing like the car to like the wind tunnel back in the day. Like, it was like those little things, and who knows if that was Stefanik. I don't even know if that was when Stefanik was running. I'm sure it was, but I think it was like those little things, just the knowledge that he had, just elevated those guys, and it's just continued through.
Right, yeah. Really cool legacy. All right, Diego, you ready, buddy?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
A lot, Sydney, a lot. Special thank to Ed Marcel, Firewood and Land Clearing for this segment of Viewer Mail. First one.
Go.
Comes from our buddy Max Attack'em Zack'em.
Oh, yeah, we know that guy.
Heck yeah. All right. Thanks, Max, for sending this in. He says, evening, everyone. What's the temperature on blocking in the upper tier divisions? Many times as Bonssa is making the call from his spot in turn 3, he can see and say the blocks that are happening. Going into the end of year in 2026, should more penalties be given out? Maybe a spot mirror would help the spotters not drive the cars as much, making it more in the driver's hands. And then he says a special thanks to Remy for the picking him in a TC13. But what do you guys think on that? Ronnie, what do you think? I mean, I ran one SK race there. What's your thought?
Well, I've never had a spot mirror, so I don't know. Also, I don't think the spotter drives the race car. I think if you think that way, maybe you should get a different spotter. Obviously, you guys don't have that trust, or he doesn't realize what you want to do. Like I said with Jerry, he knows where I want to be and how aggressive I want to be. I think Jerry can be a little bit on the conservative side. The questions I would have would be, how are you going to enforce it? What are you going to say is a block? And then second, what is that penalty? I don't think there's any way to stop it. I don't think you should stop it. It's racing for a reason, especially on the modifieds. We have bumpers for a reason. And if you go a little bit too far, we were talking about the Mikey thing. It's a little different because it was someone coming down, but I don't think there's going to be any. I don't think there should be any penalty on that. If you race a guy hard, you bump him out of the way, and you get the spot, and it might be for a win or whatnot. It's kind of just know that you might have one coming later down the road.
Right.
But I don't know how you're going to enforce something when it's going to be a judgment call. Realistically, it's most of the time it's going to be a judgment call on someone's part, and I wouldn't trust Bonssa to make that call.
Wow. I wouldn't trust me either.
Wow. But I don't know how you're going to enforce it at the end of the day.
It makes for great racing. You take the bottom
Unless
shot.
you're the one being blocked.
It doesn't matter. Either or. Listen, everybody, you guys can say this all you want. I remember a lot of races I've had, and you'd race some of the best cars to the front, and then you'd have to hold them off because they were that fast.
Yeah.
And so the people that are Ronnie Williams fans, and Ronnie's getting blocked for the last 2 laps, are hating Diego Monahan. He's a hack and blocker. The people that are watching the race are sitting on the edge of the seat like, holy cow, this is intense because Ronnie is wailing the hell out of him.
But isn't it my job to find a way around?
That's
you?
right.
And if you can't, for example, I remember Eric Byrne back in when we were doing, it wasn't the SID series, it was 2018 where you're going around to different drivers.
Oh yeah, the onboard series.
Yeah, so the onboard. There was one race where I'm pretty sure I was on the in car for that week, and I blocked Eric Byrne to win the race. I made sure he did not get on the inside to do any type of crossover. I kept him on the outside. I stayed low. I did what I had to do to win the race. I made him go to the outside, and Eric's the cleanest racer that I've ever raced against. I know he's not going to do anything bad. But a few weeks later, I'm pretty sure it was the next week, he did the same exact thing to me.
Right.
So it's I realized how he raced me. I realized that, I was in first. I was blocking. And then I'm not going to go in, I'm not going to boot him out of the way because he didn't do that to me the week before. So he gave me the opportunity to run the high side. He didn't run me up or anything along those lines. I think it's on the person trying to get around. And as much as that sucks sometimes, to either.
But, somebody like Max who sent it in, I'm sure he must have had something happen during the race where guys, it impeded his progress, obviously. And then he was pissed off about it. And maybe not, but if you take that away, it takes away the action. Stafford's about the bottom shot going into 3. Late in the race, guys protecting that.
Yeah.
It makes it so interesting and fun to watch, especially as a fan, because I'm still a fan. I love watching that stuff. And I love watching what Ronnie Williams is going to do to Mike Christopher to hold him off going down the backstretch. This is going to get good. And at the end of the day, somebody may be pissed, or these guys may shake hands and say, that was awesome. You know, so I don't know. I mean, especially with a human decision to say, it's like that call down the backstretch with Mike Christopher
and Jarvis.
Right. Like we're in here debating whether it was the right call or not. Right. And now you're talking about taking 20 points away from Mike Christopher with 2 weeks to go. You'd hate to be the guy to do that, but somebody's got to make the call. Right?
Well, I've seen it multiple times where the driver who does the blocking gets knocked out of the way as a result too. It depends on how the driver getting blocked reacts, but I've heard the phrase, you block, you pay. So it depends on how people do it, but you can't police blocking.
Yeah.
You just can't. That's just not, that's going to cause way more problems than quote unquote solving it.
A lot of people have tried it and a lot of people have failed.
Well, we're going to move on to the next question.
I would just wanted to thank Remy too for picking Max on the shootout.
Oh yeah, thank you, Remy.
Good job by you, Remy.
Oh, Remy, you do such a good job in the pick'ems.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, next question. This is from the flagger, the truck, NASCAR Craftsman truck flagger.
Oh yeah, Ricardo Keats.
Ricardo Keats. I love this guy.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. He says, hello, gang. Ooh, yes, spanked me. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, New Hampshire
We
Motors.
triggered something there.
Stop.
No, that's weird.
Okay, sorry.
You can't tell us to stop after what you just said.
Seriously.
I was just giving you a little entertainment.
You
Take
went,
it easy.
You went
Take it
somewhere
easy.
we weren't expecting.
All right. New Hampshire
Wow.
Motors. Come on, can I
That's what
continue?
she-
Thank you. New Hampshire Motor Speedway weekend is here.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Sid might not know that because he doesn't pay attention to the national sheet.
Yeah,
Seed.
suck it, Keeter.
Yep, that's true. All right, here's the question. Since Mike Christopher Jr. making his National Series debut with guys like Priest, Bonsignor, Emmerling, Reen, and others making their big stage debut, do you think it's still a goal of a local guy to make the big stage? And how much more special do you think it is for the guys to do it at their home track, which is New Hampshire Motor Speedway for us? So what do you guys think? I mean,
I don't know. Ronnie, what do you think?
is it a big deal?
Yeah, I think it's a big deal. I think it's cool that Mikey has the opportunity, but I also know at the same time, and I tell people this that aren't involved in racing, like when I go to men's league tonight and they're asking me about racing, like, oh, could you ever get to the series? I'm like, yeah, if I went down to North Carolina, I had $1 million, I'm sure I could go to Joe Gibbs. I'm sure they would put me in a ride. Like, I don't know what level it takes, because there's guys who have gone down there that definitely aren't good.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's special beyond me. I think it would be sick to have a truck ride at Loudon where you might have more fans along those lines, but like I heard Mikey talking about like going to Daytona or Las Vegas. Like, I think those are dream places to race.
His comments there really hit for me when he said that.
Because it's just a matter of finding the funding to do that stuff. It's not so much about, hey, you won X amount of races at Stafford and we're going to give you that opportunity now. It's not like that. It's not like that on really any series. Like if I wanted to go race a tour car, realistically, it's like, all right, bring a check for $10,000 and you could probably drive my car.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's not so much about the
See,
talent.
to me, the goal is finding the people that will back you to have that opportunity.
Correct.
Like, that's the goal.
Correct.
Right? Because everybody would love to do it if they had the opportunity. But your goal has to be to secure that funding behind you. Build those relationships where people will invest in your career.
Right.
And that's the only way you're going to do it. That's how Mike got this ride. That's what Justin's done. That's what Ryan's done. And if that's your goal, then you could accomplish it.
And there's a lot of merit behind that, but it is definitely easier for some people, whether it be family ties or whatever, to accomplish that than others. I mean, you know, obviously deep down, a lot of the guys at the weak level want to hit that national scene, but I definitely feel like the financial backing sort of required to do it, especially now more than ever, kind of diminishes that sense of accomplishment. I mean, in terms of like, you can't point to really an average national guy and say, oh, he 100% earned it over X, Y, and Z.
What I think is great is that it's becoming more of a common thing that our local guys are getting more of a shot. Whether that's financial or talent, I don't care what it is. They're getting more of a shot to run. Whether
Even
it's,
right compared to last year, just doing the podcast, right? We talked about in addition to Ryan,
yes,
Justin, Glenn Reen, Patrick, Mike Jr.,
Andy J,
Gio Ruggiero, right? The Tomasi kids out there.
It's becoming more of a reality for a guy like Ronnie Williams. If he really wanted to pursue it, I think he could pursue it, right? If he chose to say, hey, listen, we're going to go all in and let's get after it again and see what we can do, it's a possibility to do for him what Mike Christopher Jr. is doing. But what resonated me with when Mike Christopher had said that, like it was like, you know, you guys remember when Rocco went and ran the ARCA race out at Phoenix?
Yes. Oh, right, yeah.
That's a big deal. Like now you go into the last race out at Phoenix, there was like 33 ARCA cars. Guys like Dave Gilliland was driving that race. A bunch of guys like that's. I mean, I'm not saying what Mike Christopher is doing isn't cool because it is cool as hell. But other things like when he
Do you remember how Rocco did in that race?
I
did he get top 10 or top 15?
He ran fairly well, I thought. But
I think.
But you know, when Mike Christopher said to go run these races at Miami, Phoenix, Daytona, now that would be something really special. It's great to come home, to start off at home, but to be able to go do another race. And he's not running for a bum team either.
No.
You know, the Stuart Friesen team's a good team. It's a good, solid truck team. His teammate is who?
You pointing to me?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
You guys don't know who his teammate is?
I'm blanking on it.
Yeah, I am too, because that's why I asked you. But you know, he won the pro late model champion.
Caden Honeycutt.
Caden Honeycutt. Sorry. I should have known that.
Rocco got a top 10 in that. He finished 10th.
Right.
Yep.
And so his teammate is Caden Honeycutt, which is no slouch. He's running for a championship. So it's a great deal for Mike Christopher to be with good people.
That second half of the question, you said, is there more pride in it being a local race? Was that what the second part of that question was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I want to touch on that. I think it's cool when people who are from here get to race elsewhere. And I think you mentioned that yourself. Like, if Mike Christopher Jr. could race at Daytona, that would be epic.
Right. Even bigger than New Hampshire.
For sure.
Right?
It's the World Center of Speed. Like, who wouldn't want to race at Daytona?
What if it was Bristol? What if it was Bristol last week?
I mean, Doug Coby did it.
Is it bigger than New Hampshire?
I think it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Honestly, like me and Swanee were having this talk. Like, if you could pick one race, where would it be? And like, who
what
would
would
you drive for? And it's like, I think it would be like along the lines of what Priest did. What car gives you the best opportunity? Obviously, if you're doing Xfinity or something along those lines, it's probably going to be Gibbs. And then the other one would be what race? And Priest, I'm pretty sure, did like Loudon and Iowa.
These
like
flat
those type of
tracks.
tracks, like tracks that he probably knew he was going to be good at, and he competed well, and that just got like more and more and more.
Yeah.
I feel like the ride you could secure is much more important than where the race is. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, even for the opportunity for Mike Christopher to get in a Stuart Friesen car,
Anywhere.
It's big.
Yeah.
That's no.
Yeah, the part that it's like at the New England track is just doubly special.
It's a special race. And anyways.
Reminator, go.
So, if you want to send us any questions, go to sidviewpodcast@gmail.com. Back to you, Diego.
I have one more question.
Mm-hmm. Just one more, huh? Okay.
Just one more. I'm going to leave this. I think I only have one more. Yes.
That's good.
I have two more.
The show is long here, so let's go.
Two more.
All right.
What should be the penalty on someone? I know Bonds touched on this last week. What should be the penalty on someone that intentionally tries to right hook somebody in a race, whether they did it or not? If you're the race director and you've seen somebody aggressively go after somebody else with ill intent, and even if they miss, should there be a penalty?
It's so hard to call under.
But you know what I mean? Like,
So
if it's
hard.
pure anger, somebody went in there and just totally whiffed, but went after with total anger and evil intent.
But we feel like we know what incidents this is referring to, do we not?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
Reminator, you tell us.
We think maybe there's
really-
a street stock incident at Stafford.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
So I have
Hit
the
it.
clip if you
Let's-
want to see
yeah,
it.
let's
We
see what
don't
got.
know. Brandon Warren just clicked off the quickest time in that circuit.
That's Aaron Plemons and Travis Downey. Brent Gleason right behind him.
Top 2 in the championship.
They're banging doors going into 3, and they're 3. Brent Gleason gets knocked sideways.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think that was an intentional right hook.
I don't think that was an intentional right hook.
He
either.
just didn't know the 81 was probably going to be that far up on him at that point.
I think
Listen,
Downey was trying to cross him over
exactly.
and rub him back because they made contact the lap before. They made contact 3 laps before. There was a lot of beating and banging going on.
That's a heated battle for the championship right there,
Yeah.
to me, right? Aaron definitely moved the 42, right?
Yeah.
Or got into him,
Got into him.
right? For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the 42 was not pleased,
Blocked him.
right? Was not pleased about it, right? And so they're racing for a championship, essentially. You know, it's good, hard-nosed street stock racing, right? Somebody's going to get pissed, right? And maybe it's, even though Plemons won, maybe he's pissed, right? Maybe Travis Downey's pissed. I don't know, but, you know, those guys both run really good on a weekly. I hope they could just finish out the year good and just duke it out because it's a very small point lead there, isn't there?
Oh yeah, it's going to be. This could be an epic battle to the end. Yeah,
It's going to be an epic battle down to the wire.
yeah.
Travis Downey's the return
Defending-
champ.
Yeah, he's defending champ.
He's the champ for a reason, right?
Right,
And
yeah.
Aaron's coming in, and you know, the Speedbowl boys. There's been so much stuff online about the Speedbowl boys coming into
the
town.
comments is unbelievable.
There's been comments about Sean, and they dragged me into it. I'm like, damn, I only ran 7 laps on one feature. You know what I mean? Leave me alone. You know what I mean? But you know, that's going to be an epic battle down to the wire. I hate to see anybody taking anything personal at this point because it's the gloves are off, right? We're going at it right now. So
Answering your question.
Yep.
If it's a blatant, obvious right hook, like if it's clear as day, it's a blatant right hook with ill intent in a weekly
Penalties.
division. If it were me, I would disqualify him. 0 points from the event. That way it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, at least. Like, disqualify him, 0 points for the event. You can come back the next week, but if you do it again, then there's a heftier suspension. That's my opinion.
All right.
One last question, and we're going to make it short and sweet.
Go.
The infield at Stafford, should it be grass, turf, or just pavement? What is the right answer?
Turf?
After seeing, I mean, you know how expensive it would be to pave the infield?
Or put turf?
Yeah,
Or put turf?
Why? The
It's
grass
fine.
is good.
It's fine the way
The
it
grass
is.
is good.
Would that have stopped the 33?
No.
The grass.
Pavement would have, but
Pavement would have.
grass or
I think grass
turf?
gives it a nice look.
Yeah. I mean, even turf would still, you know, it would still be wet.
And they keep it nice and green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
don't-
end it at that.
Okay.
I don't like
that
the
was that was another segment from Ed, Marcel, Firewood, and Lankern. So thank you guys very much.
All right, let's go now. We got a couple more things to get after. Chassis Pro Weekly Pick'ems. Let's giddy up. Oh, what's going on now?
The streak is
What
over.
is going on now?
It's because apparently I look like Sheldon Creed now. He can't win.
Yeah.
I guess neither can I.
Your picks were doo-doo.
For damn sure. God,
Uh-huh.
what the hell happened, guys?
All
This was
right.
one of the chalkiest ever. Wait, does that mean I'm going last?
You indeed you are.
What
So the
the
order
hell, man?
is going to be Sid, Remy, Diego, finally not going last. Then Ronnie, and then Robert, or whatever we're calling you now. Anyway.
The Bob. It's Bob.
The Bob.
All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here.
The Bob era's back.
Open your eyes.
Here we
I
go.
can't.
604s, Thompson, Todd Owen. SK's at the Bowl, Eric Burnt. Trucks at Seekonk, Jake Veneta. The Tour at Loudon, Ron Silk. Wild Card, my man, Landon Salamito. Seekonk, Fast Fridays.
Thanks for sharing.
Appreciate you having me.
I write
See
down
you
all of
next
Sid's
week.
answers.
Who's next, Rem?
Me.
Wow.
Remy, you want to
Okay.
just use my sheet? Or what are we doing?
Nah.
Okay.
Relax.
Okay.
Take a chill pill.
All right.
Okay. So
Iggy.
Thompson, SK Lights, I'm going with Nick Hovey.
Chalk.
Waterford, Mini Stocks, I'm going with Chris Garside.
Also chalk.
Seekonk, I'm going with the Trucks, Rick Martin.
More chalk.
Touring Series, wheelin', Kyle Bonsignor.
Did you just say Kayam?
Yeah, mind your
Okay.
business.
All right.
And then I'm going back to Seekonk for my wild card. And legend cars, Jacob Burns.
Chalk City.
Dude, you want to come sit over here, Remy? Like, what the hell are we
Seriously.
doing?
5 chalks
You
over
could
to
be
you,
up here next to
Diego.
the board.
All right, Thompson.
Yeah.
Going with our guest.
Oh.
He's on a hot streak, and he loves that.
What's up,
place.
Ronnie?
I know.
Ronnie, you better show up, bro.
I was going to pick Swanson for that race.
Uh-huh.
Speedbowl.
Yeah.
I'm going SK Mod. Back to back.
Flannery?
Flannery.
Okay.
Seekonk.
Mm-hmm.
Late model. Back to back. Jacob Burns.
You're just splitting up that jackpot, huh?
I am.
Okay.
Touring Series. Got to go to Loudon, right?
Sure.
Doug Colby.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank. My wild card, I'm going back to Seekonk.
Mm-hmm.
Sportsman, Colby Lambert.
Oh, nicely done. All right. Ronnie, what do you got? The hot seat
Wow.
pick'ems.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Thompson.
Yep.
I did myself.
Nice.
So
Did you?
Some nice
Baller,
confidence there.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Has anyone done that?
I don't think
that's
so.
awesome.
That's the first
I
one.
love it.
Waterford. I did SK Lights. Tyler Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
Seekonk. I like this kid's name in the Bando Outlaws. Bro Jordan.
Yeah, that's
Is
it.
that-
Bro, my man, bro.
I wasn't sure if that was a typo or not.
No, that's
so-
his name.
That's correct.
Modified Tour. I did Anthony Nocella.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
And then mods at Waterford for the wild card. I did Moeller.
Oh, the high roller. Okay.
High roller. Who's last?
Rob.
Oh,
It's so odd.
come on,
Usually I'm
Sheldon.
ripping it up. All right, here we go.
Bring it.
Waterford. Eric Byrne, SK. Said I know. Stole your pick. I should honestly just steal them all. I mean,
Whatever.
Seekonk, Pro Stock, Jacob Burns.
Mm-hmm.
Thompson, I hope he's running the off week and everything. Keith Rocco and the Sunoco mod.
Mm.
Touring Series, he's won the last 2. At New Hampshire, I'm going Bonsignor, Justin, that is.
Okay.
And my wild card at Waterford this week, seems like he's gotten it back together here. I'm going with Nick Hovey.
All right. Justin has won the last 2 tour races up there, if I'm not
Yeah, he's
mistaken.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's really good. I mean, I know it's kind of a very IndyCar-y style, kind of slingshot over and over race, so who knows what the hell happened, but I believe in you, Justin.
Remy's pick of Kyle Bonsignor is good. He finished second last year in that race.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful.
What the hell was that?
All right. Well, listen, we got to wrap this up here soon. We got to get through these last few segments here. I have a little something for you, a little TC thing, but I'd be remiss if I did not mention that film legend Robert Redford passed away today. Truly an icon in the film industry. He was a director, actor, founder of the Sundance Film Festival, which began in 1978 and was renamed after Redford's character from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid in 1991. It is actually the largest independent film in the United States. I brought some pictures here because Remy has never heard of Robert Redford. That's him with Paul Newman and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, classic from the late 60s. They paired up again for another classic called The Sting, 1973. He then paired up with the legendary Dustin Hoffman in All the President's Men, about the reporters breaking the Watergate scandal. And he was also the star of one of the best baseball movies of the 80s, The Natural, played Roy Hobbs. He won an Oscar as a director for Ordinary People in 1980. That's a pretty heavy family drama. But he also directed a movie called Quiz Show, which has John Turturro. I don't know the guy in the middle. I just know is Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore. And that's Ray Fiennes. It's a really good movie about a quiz show scandal in the 1950s. And then the Sundance Film Festival, which again has been named after him. However, before that, I saw that news today. I was going to share with a little bit about our man TC. As we've mentioned, today is the anniversary of his passing. And so I went into the archives from the show that used to be on Nesson called Inside Lines, and I just cut up a few pieces from, it was kind of like a little reality show type thing, 1 episode deal. They followed him around the day at the Speedbowl where the tour was racing there, and I just put together these clips. Check it out. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
A little, like a little in terms of
Lots
a trickle
going on
of
here.
water,
Hold
or like
on. I screwed that all up. We're going to try this again. You ready?
is he known to complain occasionally, Mike? Just a little, like a little in terms of a trickle of water,
Or like if you left the faucet running.
How many races did I win for you? Nobody even knew you
the other
until
day. I said,
you
"Is he
put the
that
motor in
bad?"
my car.
I said,
Nobody
"Take the
knew
biggest-"
Mike Pettit until they put the motor in.
I said,
Like
take
who?
the biggest pain in the ass you ever dealt with and multiply that by 10. But when we go and we clean house, that's what makes it worth it.
Do I produce?
Oh, yeah. For the most part.
For the most part.
No, don't hate the player,
Wait till you see the young
That's right. Don't hate the player. Hate the game, man.
You got a twin brother, Michael, which is he's a good racer too.
Twin brother of Teddy. Who's Ted? Yeah, who is he? Like my wife says, you know what? You guys are famous.
Oh my, little Michael. Oh my.
She can put us right in our own place. Very easy.
Very true. I never would underestimate Teddy Christopher.
Even when back to Teddy and Mike were racing, you know, the joke was, you know, Teddy ran over his mother to get to his brother to spit him out. When it counts, he's my friend. He's my friend. Out on the racetrack, he's a friend too, but not a good friend.
Doing a reality show for nothing. Want me in it? You are, after I talked to you. Chris, you were there, and then all of a sudden you disappeared.
On the outside.
So was I sometimes.
Chubby Chris
Yeah,
Pastriak.
but you weren't behind Mike Finkel backing up.
3-lane Mike. Here, you get
Can
my
we get
famous
like a
buddy
shot of him
here,
walking? Like,
Doug Colby, who we've had a few issues on the
little
racetrack
Doug.
every now and then.
Couple, right?
Yeah, it's just because his sister tries to tell him how to drive the race car. What's up, boss? We're on a reality
Keith
TV
and Eric.
thing.
Oh, reality TV.
Barry Cannell.
Yeah.
Teddy,
Hey.
good luck tonight, man.
Thank you.
Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, thanks. He hanged though.
Ron
He
Silk
hangs
and
up.
Robbie
He's gonna
Summers.
have one of them suicide knives on his steering wheel. We get to the start-finish line. Whoa, poo! Wade, you all right?
Wade Cole.
A little sore? All right. Oh, waiting for all the people for the boos and cheers when they get to my name. You'll hear it. That'll be the best thing. It'll be the loudest. You watch.
From the Mill, Plainville, Connecticut, car number 13 for Ted Christopher.
They never bother you that they boo?
Oh, no, that's great. They always say, you know, if they're cheering and booing, at least they're acknowledging me. And they acknowledge me more than anybody, so that's the best.
Right behind Ted Christopher, Trevino is trying to hold off
right
Oh, look, that's the wrong track. That's why I put that in there. That's not
We'll
even
take
the
second,
Speedbowl.
you know? Good day for us at the Waterford Speedbowl.
Do you ever wear down?
No. Fell one short
This
on
is
both
cute.
races. Well, next week I've got, let's see, Stafford. Twice there. So maybe we're getting victory over there, huh?
Right?
That's awesome.
I thought that was a cool ending.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So, I had fun paying tribute to all three of those guys, Ted Christopher, Mike Stefanik, and Bob Potter. All right, couple more things to do here. Myers Creamery. Oh, Riley Generators, by the way. Thanks for the Pop Culture Minute. Myers Creamery. Let's do a little What's on Tap, shall we? Oh, boy. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Reminator?
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing?
What's on tap?
What happened?
I don't know. Let's try this.
There we go.
Sometimes it takes me a minute.
All right. Well, it's on the screen.
Oh, okay. Great. All right. Thompson tomorrow. Look for Ronnie Williams in that modified feature. He apparently thinks he's going to do pretty well, according to the Pick'ems. Fast Friday, they are in week 3 of their chase format. The Speedbowl's got, I didn't know the Truck 50 there, but Diego had it. He was on top of that. The Saturday Seacon guys are in their second week of the chase. And then the tour is up at Loudon. Of course, the truck race is high interest for us. Past New England Supermodels are at White Mountain. Granite State is at Lee USA Speedway. Go out, support your local racetrack. Let's find out who won the week, shall we?
Who are you?
Brought to you by Skagen. We say it right.
All right. So what are we thinking here? What do we got here? Flannery getting off the schneid. How about all the guys that went back-to-back? P.J. Evans, Andrew Krasminski, Who else we got here? How about McKennedy going there to the MRS, schooling them again? Jeffrey Battle winning 2 Supermod races up at Star. What are you thinking, Diego?
I'm taking Flannery.
Okay. Give you a couple more options if you don't mind, huh? How about Ben Pollard going...
Ben Pollard would be a good pick.
Yep. 3 straight championships. I think Pete said in the chat, 4th straight final win there.
Yeah, that's
Jacob
great.
Burns, Corey DiMatteo, Mike Christopher winning the shootout and going to Loudon.
Yeah.
In the trucks, Chrissy two scoops going back to back. I think I might go with my man Ben Pollard.
Yeah. Ben Pollard is really good.
Yeah. He was the car to beat there in the Super X. 3 straight titles. I don't care what division you're in. That's pretty badass.
Yeah,
and
he makes it look easy.
He does. That's what I'm going with.
He makes it look easy.
Ronnie, you get a vote in this.
Flannery. My wife likes his wife, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good reason.
Smart play by you. Reminator.
I'm going with Jacob Burns.
Okay, the rowdy one they want to call.
8 wins in a row.
The rowdy one.
Mm-hmm. What are you thinking over there, Bonsa?
I think I'm gonna go Ben Pollard. 3 straight championships.
All right. I'm going to text Preston and see if he can give me his picks.
And
Preston, are you watching the show? Text me your pick 'em.
And it's a record breaker. So got to give a little credit to that.
Can we give a shout out to my man Preston, who is not in the studio with us because
where is he?
my wife is on vacation. So Preston took one for the team. He is upstairs hanging out with the dogs so that they don't get a little rambunctious while we're recording the live show.
He's doing dog duty.
That's an honorable service because those
so
dogs
good job
will go
by him.
absolutely off
Preston's,
the freaking chain.
he's the best. He basically does whatever we ask of him. He's awesome. So appreciate him. All right. So Rob, you let me know when you are ready to hear who we have picked.
I'm ready if you're ready to cut them off. It seems like the in-studio votes are going to decide this one, really.
Okay. Well, we got Flannery for 2.
All right.
We got Castro Pollard for 2.
Okay.
We got the rowdy one, Jacob Burns, for 1.
All right.
And then if Preston sends a text here in the next couple seconds, I will let you know.
I'm putting mine in for Mr. Castro Pollard over there as well.
Okay, I like that. Oh, Preston's typing. Let's see what he's going to say to us.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. And his vote is for, he's thinking about it. Rowdy
choice.
Burns.
All right.
Coming in hot with Rowdy Burns. All right, give us the tally.
All right, here we go. A few last-minute ones. We'll cut it right here. 1 vote apiece goes to Corey DiMatteo, Chris Matthews, Aaron Plemons, Anthony Flannery with 2.
Mm-hmm.
The rowdy one with 3. As well as Chrissy Two Scoops. 2 pretty good nicknames there with 3.
Okay.
And the winner of this week, a Super X favorite.
That's what I'm saying.
That's awesome.
Ben Pollard.
All right. Good
Castro
job. Pollard.
Excuse me.
All right, Ben or Pete, send me a message. Give me some shirt sizes. I'll bring you some gear. We got to go. Our man Ronnie wants to go play some hockey. He's got to get the hell out of here. Don't forget now, you want to follow us on socials. You know how we do it. We make reels, do funny stuff, give you some behind the scenes, whatever the hell. Diego, send us home here, brother.
Yeah, of course, man. Special thanks to Fowler's Auto Wrecking for the weekly update. Of course, Waddell Communications for the Nostalgia Nugget. Northeast Performance Parts for the Popcorn Stack Chat. Of course, Chassis Pro for the weekly pick'ems. Ed Marcel Firewood and Land Clearing for viewer mail. Serve Pro of Norwich for the chalkboard chatter. Couldn't do without Monaco Ford and the results ticker. Of course, Riley Generator's always there for the Pop Culture Minute. Myers Creamery and the hot one, Chrissy Two Scoops for What's on Tap. Skakehead LLC for Who Won the Week. Special thanks to J&J Racing, JDL Motorsports, Flagman Graphics for doing the point standings. So thanks, guys.
Giddy up.
Of course, Mid-State Site Development always on for the stat drop. And did you know? Seacon Grand Prix. Thank you so much for firing up the hot seat. Got to thank our special guest tonight, man. Modified Hot Shoe. Ronnie Williams, thanks for joining us, bro. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
guys.
coming, bro.
Yeah, Ronnie's been great. Of course, you got a special thanks for our man Bonza and my man Preston taking care of the dogs. So I appreciate you guys. Who let the dogs out? All right. Special thanks to Vault Productions. Kick-ass studio, man. And last but not least, all you podcast members, you guys are awesome. See you next week.
I'd like to say a special thank you to Stafford Speedway and Seaconk Speedway.
Wowie.
Tonight. And then also Norm Bax and Jeff Brown for the photos tonight.
Almost got there. Got there. All right, everybody, go support your local racetrack. Good luck to everybody up at Loudon. We'll go over it all next week. See you later.